Round one, fight!
Freddy got fingered. It's a kind of like fun bad movie in my opinion, but that just kind of showed you like the mediocre quality of 2001. But we're here to still celebrate it because we're doing every year. We're gonna determine the best movies from each year, and there are a handful, I'd say about 10 or 12 movies that are amazing movies, and beyond that, it's kind of a crapshoot. So, but it's all right. We'll get to some other years soon, but this one should still be fun because, yeah, we'll see which movies make it all the way. So, I'm your host, Jordan, the Movie Hero Anderson. This is episode 237. This is part 2 of our best movies of 2001 ladder series, and yeah, if you haven't seen part 1, that was 2 nights ago here on the channel, and then we'll have a championship next Tuesday. So that's what we're shooting for that. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and bring in our crew for tonight. We'll start with my co-host, Mr. Austin Pez Howell. How's it going?
I will defend that movie to my dying breath. I got to see a screening in a theater with Tom Green in attendance doing live commentary for that movie. It's the first time it had shown in a theater in 10 years, back in 2011, and he did live commentary, and we had a blast. I will defend that movie as being really fun till to my dying days. So I'm just saying.
There you go. Hey. Yeah. We'll see. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, but I have seen it. But yeah, I just like when he's breaking into just random places, and like I don't know, there's a lot of different things going on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we also have joined us. We have Malcolm Lay. Mm-hmm. How's it going, Malcolm?
Yeah, we got rid of most of the bad movies in part 1. Like there's still a handful left here, but I don't know what happened to 2001. But yeah, it happened.
Just one of those years.
Yeah, I was in high school in 2001, and I felt like I was going to the movies a lot, but maybe not in 2001 because I've got a decent amount of blind spots. But most of them are bad movies, so yeah. But we also have Zach Shelton. How's it going?
Good. I'm interested to see what these fun matchups are going to be.
Yeah.
It's an interesting bracket, and he is here, Jordan. I think he resolved some of his issues. Jacob Cameron, I think he's back. He was having some technical difficulties. It looks like you're doing all right now.
So this is what I get for missing Zach's thing the other night. I had to relive parts of Freddy Got Fingered.
Yep.
Zach,
you'll really have more when we get to it in the bracket. Trust
Zach,
me.
you are cool. But no, I am sorry I am late. It just had to be a big old restart of the modem, and here I am. So I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all good. And then we'll have one more person coming a little later. So he's just wrapping some stuff up on his channel. But yeah, Austin, you want to break it down for any first timers or people that are tuning in for the first time and let them know how it's going to work?
Yeah, no. So I wasn't here for part 1, but I've been a part of many. So we had part 1 on Wednesday night, and the Sweet 16 from that one moved on to next Tuesday's championship episode. We had to shift things around because we had an extra tournament for Zach this week for his birthday. Happy birthday, Zach! And then tonight we'll do the same thing. The Royal Tenenbaums, I believe, won part 1 the other night. So of all the movies, a freaking Wes Anderson movie, guys, what are you doing?
The first Wes Anderson movie to win one.
Jesus, all right, sure. But we'll do the same thing here tonight. We'll roll through the next 64. We do have a few hangers on, Malcolm, I believe. A few things still hanging on from previous tournaments popping up here tonight. And the same deal. The Sweet 16 from tonight will join that 16 from Wednesday night into the final half bracket for 2001. And then from there, it's just whatever wins part 2. So we'll go up and down. Everybody get a chance to vote fairly quickly. As with part 1, there might be some matches where we can breeze through one over the other. We'll see. I think there's a few of those just kind of getting a glimpse of it. But yeah, other than that, we're pretty much ready to roll. You guys are all veterans of Turnpikes. You know how to do this. So
Oh yeah.
let's do this. All right, let's get it rocking. So
right.
Malcolm did make the bracket. Thank you again, Malcolm, for making these brackets. We appreciate it. He just slid it to me because he's got to leave at some point. So I'll just scroll it over and we'll get things going. So we're going to start with Black Knight. Start with the banger. Black Knight and Sexy Beast. So that's what we got first. So we'll start at the bottom. Mr. Cameron, you will be up first, sir.
I have not seen Black Knight, but I've seen Sexy Beast before. It's been a while. I think if I had even seen Black Knight, Sexy Beast to getting my vote anyway. So Sexy Beast.
Yes.
Yep. Sounds good.
Zach.
Yeah, so I'm the reverse. I've seen Black Knight, and up until right now, I've never even heard of Sexy Beast. And I thought Black Knight was fun for what it was. So Black Knight.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking around to seeing Sexy Beast. Like, it's a Ray Winstone movie. It has, I think it was also Oscar nominated too, if I remember rightly. But look, it's had good reviews, and I've seen Black Knight. It's fine, but it's not something I'm going to go back to, which is why I'm voting Sexy Beast.
Sure. And Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm in the camp with Zach where I have not seen Sexy Beast, but it looked interesting. If I had had more time to get to more movies, I only got to one for tonight, one blind spot. Yeah, I've seen Black Knight. It used to come on cable a lot. That movie is the case of a one joke premise stretched out to 90 minutes that just doesn't work. It wears its welcome out real fast. Plus, there was already a movie in the 90s that did it better. Kid in King Arthur's Court. It's like the same movie. So I'm gonna go with Sexy Beast.
Yeah, I've never seen Sexy Beast. I read the synopsis when I was trying to find some movies to watch for this. I didn't watch it, but and it was like a Ray Winstone movie, but with like Ben Kingsley. But I've seen Black Knight. It's fine. It's all right. It's not that great, but it's the one I've seen, so I'll go Black Knight.
All right, but Sexy Beast. All right.
And it was also the director of Zone of Interest debut as well.
Oh, way back then. Okay, nice. Yeah, Zone of Interest directing Black Knight. All right, man. Interesting start to the. Oh, we're coming a long way. No, the other one. No, I'm just kidding.
Sexy Beast was the
yeah. I know. I'm just kidding. We got The Pledge of Jack Nicholson and Tim Burton. He's in the news. He's got a movie out right now, and maybe not his finest hour with the Planet of the Apes remake. Mark. Zach, you're up first.
Yeah, so it's another one where I've never even heard of The Pledge, and I have seen Planet of the Apes, and I will say this: it's not a great movie, but I think it gets crapped on too much. I think there are some interesting elements to it, and I think the story's kind of unique in a way. So I'm going to go with Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I've actually seen both of these because I think I watched the movies that
You're a little underwater, Malcolm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, you're kind of
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no. Like, I remember watching the Pledge with the Jack Nicholson movies, and it's a pretty decent movie. And yeah, I did actually watch the Planet of the Apes remake for this, because it's just been one that I've been more curious about it than anything. It's not terrible, but it's also not overly good either. So I'm gonna go The Pledge.
Yep. Austin.
Yeah, I remember renting The Pledge back in the day. It's a decent little sort of detective thriller. The best thing to go back and watch these movies for is these movies have like a well-known actor just in like one scene. Like it has like Benicio del Toro and Patricia Clarkson and Aaron Eckhart and Costas Mandylor from the Saw movies, and then like Helen Mirren and Tom Noonan, like Mickey Rourke, like all these people that show up just for like a scene or two, and then they're just gone. And it's just because they want to be in a Jack Nicholson movie, which is one of the coolest things about that. But yeah, the Planet of the Apes thing, it's a tale of two movies. I think it has some decent performances. I think Tim Roth's actually really good in that movie, as like the villain. But yeah, it just gets ridiculous, and it's nowhere near the original. So I'll go The Pledge as well. It's an underrated little procedural movie.
Yeah. So I've also never heard of The Pledge before, but I've seen Planet of the Apes. I saw that shit in theaters, and oh my gosh, like that movie ruined my day when I saw that movie was atrociously bad. Oh, dog shit! Like it's not good. And I saw it with a friend of mine. We saw some other movie, and we were riding high on it, but I can't remember what the other movie was that we saw. Maybe it was Lord of the Rings or something. And we went into that. I don't know if they came out around the same time, maybe, but yeah, Planet of the Apes sucks. So I'm just gonna vote for The Pledge, even though I haven't seen it. So, Jacob.
So I'm not going to like I reviewed this Planet of the Apes movie on my channel earlier this year. Having seen it, I can confirm it's not as bad as I've heard some reviews say it is, but I'll agree with Pez's sentiment in that it's nowhere near as good as the original. I'll even like watch all the sequels all the way up to Battle before I ever watch that one again. Never seen The Pledge, but I mean, it seems like I'm going to go with The Pledge. So The Pledge it is.
All right. We'll see how far it makes it. It may not make it that far. We'll see. All right. We'll go down to American Outlaws. Remember the other young people Western from that time, along with Texas Rangers? And Joe Dirt. So another banger matchup here. Yes. Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't seen American Outlaws. It's just been one of those ones that hasn't like I hadn't really heard of until I made this list, and it was really low down on my priority list to watch for this anyway. But I've seen Joe Dirt. I really don't care much about it, but just because I've seen it, I'm going to go Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Austin.
Man, Les Mayfield, director of American Outlaws, has a hell of a filmography. Jesus. Flubber and American Outlaws, The Man, codenamed The Cleaner. Oof.
Ooh.
When your best movie is probably Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence, that's probably not great. Look, American Outlaws is not good. I don't really love Joe Dirt either. It won't be the only incestuous movie we see tonight, as Malcolm maybe knows. There's another one that oddly has like incestuous themes with it, and it's a comedy. Weird. But
Yeah.
I'll go Joe Dirt, I guess, but I'm not voting for it for very long.
Yeah, I mean, so American Outlaws is bad. I mean, it's like not like the worst movie, but it's like not good either. But Joe Dirt is kind of a guilty pleasure, kind of just because I like David Spade. I always get a kick out of like all the fireworks when he's lighting off fireworks, and then like in the blooper reel, he's like going on about the fireworks. We got Roman candles, we got lady fingers, fuzz buttles, snicker bombs, finger blasters, zippity doodads, and then come to find out they make all the fireworks that he has a name for, because I was watching a YouTube channel and a guy got them all all the fireworks from Joe Dirt, but and lit them off. But yeah, I think it's that I like Joe Dirt enough to beat American Outlaw. It probably won't go much further than that for me, but Joe Dirt, sure. Jacob.
Haven't seen American Outlaws. The only part of Joe Dirt I know is that there's a scene where Christopher Walken says he's going to stab Kid Rock in the face with a soldering iron. That's all I know. But I'm going Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Sounds good. Zach.
Because I've seen it, Joe Dirt.
Sure.
Hey, a clean sweep. We all really love Joe Dirt. Excellent. All right, sounds good. Okay. Going down to Summer Catch with Freddie Prinze Jr. and the Mexican with Brad Pitt. So me first. Cool. I've seen Summer Catch. I still haven't seen the Mexican yet. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's up my alley. Summer Catch is corny as all hell and a total like early 2000s rom-com. But it's totally watchable. It's fine. So I'll give it a Summer Catch. Again, I'm not overly enthusiastic about anything so far in this bracket, but but you said it's a better bracket, Malcolm.
We'll see.
All right, sounds good. I'm not enthusiastic about any of these movies so far. Okay.
Well, we went through and there's worse movies than what we have here. Trust me. So, but yeah, I don't really care for Summer Catch. I think it's pretty cheesy and not good. It's got like 8% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. The Mexican, I saw it in theaters, and I thought that it was decent. You know, it was fun enough. And it's got besides Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts, I mean, it's got James Gandolfini and David Krumholtz is in there, and Gene Hackman. So I mean, it's not bad. I think that it's fun. So I'll go with the Mexican. Jacob.
Haven't seen either one of these, but from the sounds of what I know about the Mexican, I think I'm going to go with the Mexican.
Yeah, sounds good. Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, so I've heard of both of these, and I'm going with Summer Catch because I'm more of a sports movie fan, and it's actually one I've wanted to see for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it, so Summer Catch.
It'd make a good double feature with Fever Pitch.
Yep.
The other rom-com about baseball.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these, but the one that probably would have been higher up on my list if I had time to watch more is the Mexican. So the Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The Mexican. We're so enthusiastic about it. All right.
Yeah.
We got Say It Isn't So, which is the other incestuous movie that's weirdly with Joe Dirt, where it's about a mistaken incestuous relationship. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
What is this? This bracket?
Dude, this bracket, I told Malcolm, this bracket is bizarre. This bracket is so fucking bizarre. Like it's just insane matches all over. Jordan, go. You have the honors. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I've never seen Say It Isn't So. Actually, I've never seen 3,000 Miles to Graceland, but isn't it Kurt Russell? I think.
Yeah, it's Kurt Russell, Kevin Costner. Yeah, they're like they dress up as Elvis and rob casinos.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing it. Like back in the day, I remember them like planning it out and all getting off the elevator together, and they're all dressed as like there's a bunch of different Elvises to like throw people off so they don't get caught, you know. So I think that that's not bad. So I'll give it to 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Sure.
All right.
Jacob.
Pez, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't David Arquette get mocked when he was the world champion in WCW?
Yes, no. I was going to say when it was my turn, the best thing about 3,000 Miles to Graceland is that one of the Nitros opened up when David Arquette had won the world title, and Kurt Russell walks by him on the set 3,000 Miles to Graceland and laughs in his face and walks away, saying you're the champion. It's one of the best things to come out of that movie. Yes.
I jumped the gun on you. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yes. No, I had that locked and loaded, but no, it's all right. I was going to reference that when it got to me. You know, you're good though. I appreciate that you know that. But I thought only I appreciate horrible 2000s Nitro segments. But yes.
What? I haven't even seen I haven't seen that whole show, but I just for some strange reason just know that reference. And every time I think of 3,000 Miles to Graceland, haven't seen it, but I just know Kurt Russell just having a laugh at David Arquette. But Say It Isn't So sounds weird and awful, so 3,000 Miles to Graceland by default.
Sure.
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah, so I haven't seen either, but I really like Kurt Russell, and I wanted to see the rest of his and Kevin Costner's filmography. So 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm.
Yeah, you know, I've seen Say It Isn't So. I haven't seen 3,000 Miles to Graceland, and I was actually surprised about how low on the Rotten Tomatoes meter it was, because I've actually heard good things about 3,000 Miles to Graceland that people really enjoyed it. So the fact it's only 15% of Rotten Tomatoes surprises me, but yeah, I didn't like Say It Isn't So, which is why I'm voting for 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Yeah, sorry, Jonathan. I forgot to flush a couple of these matchups. I do have the sound effect.
Yeah.
No, I apologize for that. I should have flushed a few of these already. Yeah, I'll also go 3,000 Miles to Graceland. It's not like great, but it's totally watchable on like a Sunday afternoon. It's kind of a mess, but it goes pretty far with the cast as far as like your good graces for it. And yeah, I've read the description to say it isn't so. I can't believe this movie made in the theaters. That's insane. It's just weird. 2000
Yeah.
weird year. So I'll make it a clean sweep for 3000.
Yeah, if say it was made these days, it would have been a straight to streaming movie.
Yeah, this 100% is like a Tubi movie now. Like, yeah, I don't.
Just gonna say this is a Tubi movie.
This is one of those Tubi movies with like a hot girl on the cover that tries to get you to trick you into watching it, you know, and then has just bizarre premises or whatever. So, anyways, hey, Spy Game and Ghost World, 2 decent movies. Cool. All right, finally, some okay movies.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob.
Haven't seen either one of these in a minute. My memory is very foggy. Ghost World's premise, like if I was given a choice, I love me a good spy movie. However, Ghost World sounds a little bit more unique. So I think I'm gonna give the slight edge to Ghost World. Not by much, but enough.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, so I haven't seen either of these, and I think until earlier today, I had not even heard of Ghost World before. But I'm just basing it off. I'm going to base it off the poster, and I'm more intrigued with Spy Game.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you?
Yeah, I also haven't got around to seeing either of these. Ghost World is an early Scarlett Johansson movie, which kind of it does intrigue me a little bit. And I believe if I'm right, it's also based on a graphic novel as well.
Yes.
And yeah, so I'm probably a little bit more intrigued with Ghost World, but both of these do sound like good movies. So Ghost World.
Yeah. Austin, what do you
Yeah, I saw Ghost World in like the year after, in like 2002. I rented it because I had heard a lot of buzz about it from like Independent Spirit Awards and things like that. It was kind of indie darling. And yeah, this is one of those ones where like Steve Buscemi's great. It's one of his better kind of dramatic roles around this time. And yeah, young little Thora Birch, you know, from Hocus Pocus and whatnot, you know, playing kind of a nerd, with Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, and it's a nice little movie. It's well written, and I like it. So yeah, I can actually get behind Ghost World. Yeah, we've got several. Yeah, we've had 2 Brad Pitt movies already. He was a busy boy in 2001. But yeah, so yeah, I'll vote for Ghost World. Jordan.
Yeah, so I've never seen Spy Game. It's just one I haven't gotten to, but I did watch Ghost World for the first time for this, and you know what? Like, I really like this movie. Not a lot of like things like are happening per se. Like, it's not like a real heavy like deep plot, but there's enough things where like it's kind of focused mostly on like Thora Birch's character and how they graduate high school, and then she's having like a hard time moving on to different things. She's kind of into these older guys, and I think she kind of likes like just like I don't know, like things she can like rely on in her life. So she's just kind of just floating through. Like they ask if her and Scarlett Johansson are going to go to college. They say no, we're not going to college. What are you going to do with your life? I don't know. Don't bother us. We're just doing whatever we want to do. And then she starts hitting on. Well, she befriends Steve Buscemi. They do end up hooking up at one point, but I don't think it's like a relationship or anything. But it's kind of like how she works out her problems and eventually able to move on to like normal like adulthood. So it's sort of like a coming of age of sorts in a way. But yeah. So, and for whatever reason though, even though there's not a lot going on, I actually like it because everyone's giving good performances. The score is pretty good. It's like the way it's like shot and like just written, the dialogue I thought pretty good. And then Scarlett Johansson just kind of fun, just being the best friend, kind of just like talking about everyone in this town and people they went to high school with. So yeah, I'll vote for Ghost World.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to Freddy Got Fingered.
There it is.
In the most bizarre matchup of the bracket versus the Fellowship of the Ring.
What?
Now,
I think
hear me out.
unanimous.
Hear me out. Lord of the Rings fucking wins everything. We will never ever see a movie again like Freddy Got Fingered, one of the most unique movies ever. Come on, people. Let's get behind something fresh. We see Lord of the Rings in everybody's top 64 and all these brackets. Come on. Let's get behind something. Come on, people. Come on, people.
I love the effort Pez.
I feel like we talked about Fellowship like in the last 5 tournaments in a row. Come on, people. We see it all the time.
I love the effort. I can't roll with it though. I'm still going Fellowship.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Malcolm, what do you say?
Look, if I'd seen Freddy Got Fingered, and actually be able to sort of judge it, then maybe I would have got behind it. But unfortunately, I can't with this matchup. So Fellowship.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Listen. It was Tom Green trolling Hollywood in a brilliant piece of work. He got a hold of a bunch of money and made this insane movie. And again, there's never been anything like it. It's unique. It's interesting. I swear we've seen Fellowship in the last like 5 tournaments. Come on, people. We've put this through over and over and over again. Freddy Got Fingered gets my vote. I'm pushing through. Come on.
Man, this is tough because I like Tom Green. I even watch his podcast that he does. He has a ranch up in Canada with a mule, and he talks about all of that. And he broadcasts from his barn and all that. And like for whatever reason, the dude's like an intriguing guy. I watched him on MTV, and he did the Bum Bum song, like all that stuff back then. But gosh dang, it's going against Fellowship of the Rings, though. And I know we've seen Fellowship of the Rings a lot, but
we've seen it in the last 3 weeks. I swear, every week. Every week we've seen this movie. It's been an Area 64, Jordan. Come on. We've seen this movie so many times.
I don't know. Why not? I guess I'll go Freddy Got Fingered. I'm not like enthusiastic about it, but sure. I mean, yeah. But yeah, Jacob, what do you say?
So I have seen both of these movies on a couple of occasions. I've seen Freddy Got Fingered multiple times. Yes, I know. So to quote the late great Roger Ebert, I admire what he did and I hate it. So Fellowship, you're moving on.
Come on, guys. Same old.
Look,
Oh,
it's one of those ones like when we get to the other side, there is a reason I kind of went that way, but see what.
All right. I got Down to Earth, and that's Joyride. Malcolm just used a foreign poster called Roadkill, but that's Joyride. That's the alternate title.
Roadkill. Is that the foreign title?
That's the foreign title. Yeah, how it was released in Europe, it was called Roadkill.
Weird title.
It's Joyride with Paul Walker and Steve Zahn. Yeah, and one of 2 Steve Zahn movies that we'll have tonight, I believe, unless there's another one. But Malcolm.
Yeah, I did actually watch Joyride for this. I actually think I might have seen it before. I might have actually seen it. It might actually be known as Roadkill over here. I think that I might have seen it under that name. But it's pretty good, and I like it. I haven't seen Down to Earth, but I haven't heard good things about it. So Joyride.
Yeah. Austin.
I want Down to Earth to be better than it is. I've seen it 3 or 4 times, and again, it's a very just simple kind of body swap sort of premise. It's not great. I think it just kind of falls apart at the end. I saw Joyride today for the first time. I just hadn't seen it. It's dual with younger people and less mystery, so I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. I think they give a little too much away, like, with the guy and whatnot. I think Duel is better, kind of does it better, 30 years before. But I'll give it a Joyride. I liked it enough, so I'll go Joyride.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn that Mark Addy from Down to Earth was in Ghost World for a quick second. I don't know. He might have been, but yeah, this is interesting because I actually really like Joyride. I think that's fun. Just them getting chased down by some crazy guy in a semi truck, and they don't know like who he is or what's going on. But Down to Earth is fun too. I actually kind of dig it, and I think that's funny. It's just like It's Chris Rock telling the stand up, but he's in a white dude's body. And he just
Yeah,
like,
that's the premise for 90% of the jokes in the movie. Hey, it's a fat white guy, rich white guy doing black material.
yeah,
and rapping. Isn't that funny?
yeah. But that's the whole like take a wood Joe.
Yeah,
He does that. But you know what? I think I'll probably give it to Joyride because I probably like that movie a little more. So
all right, Jacob.
yeah.
Have not seen either one of these, but the premise of Joyride intrigues me more, so I'm going to go Joyride.
All right, Jordan had to step away for just a second. He's having some technical issues, so he's doing a quick restart. But I got things covered, and JPO's on his way as well. So, Zach.
Yeah, so I haven't seen either. I heard more about Down to Earth than Joyride, and I've wanted to see Down to Earth, but based on the premise that you guys said, I'll probably go with Joyride instead.
All right, so Joyride will moving on for this one, or Roadkill, whatever you want to call it. There you go. Moving down to Moulin Rouge and Anchorman, which is still holding on from our 2004 series. So if you're confused as to why it's there, this is the latter series. Some movies hang on if they make it far enough. So yeah, Anchorman's still holding on from 2004. So yeah, it's up to me first. Yeah, I love Anchorman. Moulin Rouge, I can't stand. That movie annoys me. The last time I tried to watch it, I was just completely annoyed with it. 30 minutes in, I don't love musicals, and that one is so hyper and just schizophrenic and weird. I couldn't get into it, so I'll stick with Anchorman. Jacob.
I love musicals, but Baz Luhrmann musicals have just never really been like my thing. I like the concept of Moulin Rouge. It's a jukebox musical. It's not really my speed, I guess. But haven't seen Anchorman in far too long. But when I did remember seeing it, I did remember really enjoying it, and that's coming from someone who is not a huge Will Ferrell fan. So I'm going with Anchorman.
All right, Zach.
Yeah, so Anchorman to me, I'm not as big of a fan of as I used to be. I don't find it as funny now. And I think this and Big Fish, in my opinion, are the top two Ewan McGregor roles for me. So I'm going to go with Moulin Rouge.
All right. And one of, I believe, two Nicole Kidman movies, even just in this bracket, I believe. As we go to the other one very shortly, actually. Malcolm?
Yeah, this is... yeah, I do like both of these movies. And like, I think Anchorman is a great comedy, and I think Moulin Rouge is also really good too. Like, I'm actually a big fan of Baz Luhrmann movies. And so I think, you know what, because it is a 2001 tournament, I'm going to vote Moulin Rouge here.
Okay. So we have a kind of a tie. We kind of need Jordan's vote. We might come back to this one if that's all right. And I'll leave
That's
it
fine.
open for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let me write down what movie it is right next to it. Mulan versus Anchorman. And I'll at least get a tie-breaking vote from Jordan when he gets back, because he should be back any minute now. So we'll go put this one on pause. We'll come back to it.
I have a feeling I know what JPO is going to vote for.
Yeah. He's not here yet, though. He's on his way. This one might be one we can pass through. We've got The Others versus Exit Wounds with DMX and Steven Seagal. Does anybody want to vote for that over The Others with Nicole Kidman?
I mean, I haven't seen Exit Wounds, so...
It's not good. It's not good at all, but I love like shitty Steven Seagal movies. This is like one of his last theatrical movies before he went to direct to video. But yeah, The Others is great, and Exit Wounds is not. Does anybody want to throw their hat in the ring for Exit Wounds or no?
Even if I had seen Exit Wounds, I would have voted for The Others. The Others is very good.
Yes. All right. So there we go. All right. Well, that's one I figured we could probably move through, and that'll be all right. Yeah, we'll move on to The Mummy Returns and Bones, the Snoop Dogg horror movie. All right. Has anybody seen Bones besides me? Anybody want to vote for it over The Mummy Returns, even though The Mummy Returns is not as good as the first one? Although Jordan Anderson would say he likes it more than the first one for some reason, which is baffling to me. But all right.
I will say that I like Returns and Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I get why people don't like them, but I always have. Like I just have a soft spot.
It's
for them.
watchable. I just think it's not up to the first one. It just isn't. Like not even.
I mean,
that-
if you didn't have that crappy CGI, it might have at least gotten closer. But
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and anybody else want to throw their bones for Bones? It's not great. It has a couple interesting scenes, but it's not good. Malcolm, you seen Bones? No,
I haven't seen Bones. No.
Okay, we all vote for The Mummy Returns then.
Yes.
All right, that's fine. At least for now. We'll see how far it gets. All right, we'll move down to Atlantis, the Lost Empire, and Josie and the Pussycats, a pretty infamous bomb from around that time, but kind of has a cult following. So we'll get back to the voting. Jordan would have been up first, but we'll go to Jacob real quick.
I have not seen Josie and the Pussycats, but I remember watching the cartoon a lot on Boomerang growing up. However, I think Atlantis, the Lost Empire is really underrated and in a way a bit misunderstood. It was released like a year before Treasure Planet, and so that early to mid 2000s part of Disney is really precious to me. So I'm going to go with Atlantis.
All right, yeah, sounds good. Zach.
Yeah, I also haven't seen Josie and the Pussycats, but I do agree with Jacob. Yeah, I think it is massively underrated. And if they wanted to do live action remakes of movies, this is a movie you do a live action remake of, not whatever they've been doing.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's a really fun movie. So Atlantis gets my vote.
All right, Malcolm. I mean, it's one of those ones like I kind of disagree with that logic, just because everyone complains that Disney is making a lot of sequels, but it's the fact that its original movies doesn't do that well. Because I don't think Atlantis did that great at the box office anyway. Yeah, and it so I don't know if they do a live action remake of it, if people would be more interested to go see it more. But I've seen Atlantis. I don't like Atlantis. I'm not a fan. So I am actually more intrigued by Josie and the Pussycats. So Josie and the Pussycats get my vote.
I really should get around to Josie and the Pussycats. I swear I've been on at least 2 ASATs where JPO asked about it. So I should get around to it at some point for some reason. So I know he's kind of a fan. I have seen Atlantis. I saw it in the theaters. Haven't seen it since then. But you know who's second billed in that movie? And it was released after he had passed away, unfortunately. The late, great Jim Varney, Ernest himself. So you know what? So for Jim Varney, for the late, great, I tip my drink to you, sir. I love you, Jim. Miss you. I'll give it to Atlantis. So, but that's 3 votes, so that'll put it through, at least for now. So we'll go with Atlantis. And we're moving down to John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars and Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. What a banger of a match this one is.
Wait a minute. There was a third Crocodile Dundee movie?
Oh, you didn't see this in theaters like I did opening weekend?
No, I was 4.
Hey JPO, you're just in time for the banger match that is
I'm the right
Los
match to
Angeles
come in on.
and Ghosts of Mars.
I think I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, right. You want to come back later? Boys,
No, honestly, this one,
we've had some bangers so far, bro. Like, let me tell you, we've had some. Ooh, boy, we've had some fun so far. Yes.
I say, what a match to come in on.
I know. We'll get you in a second, buddy. It's Zach's turn first. I'll get around to you in a second. I just want to welcome JPO. Welcome.
What's up,
and Jordan Anderson's having technical issues, so I'm running the show right now. It's all good. Zach. Oh man, who you got in this this throwdown here?
I will say this: I've never heard of Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, and I only recently heard of Ghosts of Mars because Cody Leach, the YouTube reviewer, was talking about it, and because it's from John Carpenter, I'm going to go with Ghosts of Mars.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ghosts of Mars, but I have actually seen Crocodile Dundee in LA. I don't hate it as much as other people, but I'm also not going to say it's a good movie either. Like it's not as good as the original two, but I enjoy it for what it is. So I'm going to go Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I did see this third Crocodile Dundee movie in theaters. It's as bad as the trailer makes it out to be. Jacob, all you need to do is see the trailer and you understand all the jokes. It's literally what it is. It's Crocodile Dundee running around Los Angeles and doesn't know what things are. It's weird, even though he's already been to America before. It's very strange. Yeah, it's not great. I have kind of a guilty pleasure soft spot for Ghost of Mars. It's like not a great movie, but I do think it has some decent like practical effects and makeup. Greg Nicotero still did the makeup for it. It's still pretty good. It has an Anthrax score and soundtrack, so that's pretty fun, like kind of a rock soundtrack. It's an early Jason Statham movie. It's Ice Cube. It's Natasha Henstridge. I think Pam Grier. It's got a good little cast to it, and I have a little fun with it. So I'll go Ghost of Mars. I'm not enthusiastic about it, but welcome back, Jordan. You're just we need your tie breaking vote, by the way, for an earlier one. We had a tie, so we were going to go back to it real quick.
Okay.
It was Moulin Rouge versus Anchorman.
Oh, it's gonna be Anchorman. Easy.
Okay, gotcha.
Moulin Rouge, I like.
Yeah, I figured
what?
that. I couldn't remember. So, all right.
From an Anchorman vote, by the way.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
knew you would vote for that.
Yes. But Jordan, yeah, you're just in time for John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars and Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So, what a match.
So yeah, sorry about that. I will have a new computer in October, but I'm using a borrowed computer right now, and it's not accepting any of my 2 pairs of really good wireless earbuds. So I'm on these wired ones where like one side's coming in great, the other one's barely coming in. So I have to deal with that for a little while. I thought I could drop out and fix it, but it won't. So for this matchup, I'll give it to a Ghost of Mars. Crocodile Dundee in LA has one like mediocre joke that I kind of was like, okay, that's all right. When he goes to the Wendy's drive-thru and thinks Wendy's actually in there, it's like, but the third movie, he's been in the like outside of Australia for years now. Like you think he would be past all that by now, but apparently not. So yeah, and Ghost of Mars is good. I think it's John Carpenter, right?
Yes, John Carpenter. Yes.
Yeah, so I'll vote for that.
JP,
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, I know Ghost of Mars doesn't get a lot of love. But you know who loved it? 9 or 10, 11-year-old me when it came out. I dug it. I don't know. It worked for me. You know what I mean? It was you look at the top villain there. Like, I thought he looked cool. Like you said, some good practical effects. Ice Cube, Jason Statham. Like, there's just enough to where, like, yeah, upon rewatches, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's kind of a shallow film to a degree here, but it's watchable. You know who didn't like Cargill Day? This one, the one time you saw it? Again, 11-year-old me didn't like it. So, 11-year-old me votes for Ghost of Mars.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, and shout out to Desolation Williams is the character.
Yeah, I know. I've been asked about that in multiple like trivia leagues, and that's why I remember it all the time.
Desolation.
Yeah, but Jacob, what you got?
I have not seen either of these, but the premise of Ghosts of Mars intrigues me more. So, Ghost of Mars.
It's not the worst. It gets kind of a worse rap than it actually is. It's a decent little action movie. It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's not great, but it's not bad.
It delivers to a degree on what you promised.
Dude, if you see it on Netflix and you pop it on for an hour and a half, you're totally fine. It's totally watchable. So, all right, going down to Evil Woman, be our second,
which is also known as Saving Silverman.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
What is this? Oh, yeah.
Malcolm pulled all these alternate titles for all these movies. He pulled Roadkill for Joyride, Evil Woman for Saving Silverman.
I'm trying to mind fuck us.
Yeah, he's trying to fuck with us.
Well, hey, I put the Evil Woman and the Philosopher's Stone on the thumbnail just because I thought it was fun to just mess with alternate titles.
All right. Well,
what a dumb title, though.
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
That's fine.
But yeah, this will be one of Saving Silverman is one of 2 Steve Zahn movies and one of 2 Jason Biggs movies. So,
yeah.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones like Evil Woman is the movie is what I know it as because it's
just think about yourself, not the other 90% of people on the show.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do it for myself. Like,
I think you did.
I think I've used the Saving Silverman poster many times. Like, I'll do this one.
Okay.
Yeah, right. There are not too many other alternate posters for that movie, I think.
But and like Igby Goes Down, I do think is a really good movie. It's fun, but I really love Saving Silverman, Evil Woman. I think it's a really fun movie, and I always have a lot of fun with it. So Evil Woman is my vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Awesome.
Saving Silverman came up in like a couple of tournaments, and I hadn't seen it in forever, so I actually watched it like probably like 2 or 3 months ago. And yeah, I mean, is it perfect? No, but is it totally one of those early 2000s like watchable comedies that like breezes by and has like a million people in it, and has that editing of like the early 2000s that I kind of like? Yeah, so it's not going to be an enthusiastic yeah, so I'll give it this kind of yeah. There you go.
Yeah, wait for that. Yeah.
There you go. All right, Jordan.
Yeah. I really like Saving Silverman. I watched it in high school because we had to watch like movies of all different genres to like just like study them and that kind of thing. And so they put on this, and yeah, I think that it's fun. I mean, I think It Goes Down is good too. They're both really good, but yeah, Saving Silverman though just kind of holds like a weird place in my heart because I grew up with it, and like some of the stuff's pretty good. That just like the like the coach played by Arlie Ermy when he's like you boys got a bathroom out here, and he's like no, and he's like I'll figure it out, and then the next minute you see him out by the mailbox like pulling out the mail to wipe his ass, and then Jack Black's like man, you've been pinching loafs on the lawn, man. I play croquet out there. Come on. So there's some funny lines, or like the nipple, like the zappers on Jason Biggs and the dance club and all that. So I'll go with Saving Silverman.
Yeah, again, 11-year-old me is like, you gotta go Saving Silverman. Yeah, it's another one that I kind of grew up on and watched it a lot as well. Had it on VHS, reused from Blockbuster. So it was a big repeat watch for me here. I have a feeling I would like it if it goes down. I don't think I've seen it. If I did, it was once way back when. So I gotta go Evil Woman here. Gets my vote.
Evil Woman, yeah. Jacob.
So again, haven't seen either, but looking up the premise of Saving Silverman, can confirm that I would have much rather watched that over Igby Goes Down. So Saving Silverman it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Zach.
Haven't seen either, but I've heard so much more praise for Saving Silverman than for Igby Goes Down. So Saving Silverman, and also it's Jack Black in there. So
yeah, it's a good Jack Black. All right, so there we go, and we'll move down to On the Line with Joey Fatone and Lance Bass. Anybody remember this movie?
Wow.
No, nobody saw this. And Nick Cage and Captain Corelli's mandolin. So. Another banger.
What were you doing?
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I think 2001 was drunk. Yeah, just the year in general was drunk. We were all drunk from like the Y2K.
Just greenlit all these like.
We all drank
movies.
and like we all thought the world was gonna end, so we greenlit every movie under the sun and just let them all go.
Why don't we get original movies anymore, ladies and gentlemen? On the Line and Captain Corelli's mandolin. I'm a first look. Captain Corelli's mandolin. I saw it once a long time ago. I rented it because like the trailer looked interesting. That movie's boring as shit. It's just like Nick Cage is trying, but that movie's just flat boring. I watched like half of On the Line and I turned it off. That movie stinks. So I'm not enthusiastic about either one of these. But for sheer like time period curiosity, I'll give it to On the Line. I'll just say that. Because you're just like, what?
Yeah. No thanks on the NSYNC movie. And the other one has Nick Cage, so I guess, but I've never seen either one of them. Yeah, Captain Curly looks really boring, and the other one just doesn't look like I would like it at all. So I'll go Captain Corelli, I guess. So
JPO.
Yeah.
You know the Paz or Jake, you know the story about how like John Laurinaitis hired the one wrong-legged wrestler. You know what I mean? I feel like that happened with On the Line. They were like, let's cast that NSYNC guy. He's really hot right now. And they fucked up and casted Lance Bass instead of Justin Timberlake. Like, don't forget, Lance Bass was the leading man first before Timberlake ever was. But also, it's the only one I've seen of these two. So I'm going to go On the Line here.
But you know what's funny, Malcolm? It's our second Lance Bass movie of 2001 because he shows up in Zoolander.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I
So
was the only one in Zoolander.
we have two
Yeah.
Lance Bass movies in this fucking bracket.
He only shows up for a second in Zoolander.
I know,
What
but
a
like,
year
that's so,
for Bass.
but what a weird. Again, just goes to what a weird year 2001 was. So yeah.
Yeah, but Jacob, what do you say?
I'm gonna give the slight edge to Captain Corelli's mandolin.
All
right. Zach.
Yeah, so I haven't seen either, but I have heard that Captain Corelli's mandolin is horrible. Just because it intrigues me more, I'm gonna go with On the Line.
Oh man,
I can't believe this. This is hilarious, Malcolm.
What is another one of those movies that we used to really that would have was made today? It would have been just straight.
I can't barely hear you again, Malcolm. Reconnect your thing keeps dropping, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, you're going underwater again.
But
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, I did watch Captain Corelli's Mandolin from I didn't actually I personally didn't hate it. I actually enjoyed it. Like I think the performances are great and well, so I'm gonna go Captain Corelli's Mandolin.
Oh man, what a barn burner match because we have a tie. JPO, care to break this tie?
Bye to mandolin. We'll go On the Line.
Okay, sure. We'll see how far it makes. All right, what's gonna beat On the Line unless it's two other shitty movies?
Yeah.
All right, we got Gosford Park and Bandits.
All right.
Okay, fine. Jordan.
I've never seen Gosford Park. I don't know. It just looks like not up my alley, but Bandits, I remember it being a fun time. Although I haven't seen it since like back in the day, like early mid 2000s. But yeah, Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton, and they're just like what it says, bandits. They're just like rob banks, I think, or something.
It's
like
another
that.
like heisty movie, just like
They're like
just like
the friendly bandits. Like they kidnap like the owners of the banks, but like they're really nice to them and shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I remember having enough fun with it and watching it like with my brother back in the day. So I'll go Bandits, sure.
All right, yeah, JPO.
And my favorite quote from Bandits is that Billy Bob Thornton's asleep, and all of a sudden he just wakes up out of a stir and goes, "Beavers and ducks." I don't know why. It always made me laugh. So it's the only one I've seen. There's some charm to it here. Also, Kate Blanchett is pretty good too. So that's a simple kind of charming movie. I'll go Bandits.
Oh, come on.
Which
Gosford
one's
Park
better?
JPO has Ryan Phillippe, who you got correct and seen and heard the other night.
Hey,
Yeah, you know.
I'm bored.
Yeah.
The love child of the 90s, Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah,
Funny enough, that's probably the reason I was because this is like his heyday of like late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, for sure. But Jacob.
So I've not seen Bandits. I have seen Gosford Park, and I greatly enjoyed it. It's written by Julian Fellows, the creator of Downton Abbey, a show I love. So I'm gonna go with Gosford Park. I might be the only one, but I don't care.
Oh, sorry. That's your gig. Sorry, JPO. that's your bit. My bad. I'm not trying to steal your gimmick. So gimmick infringement. Sorry.
Yeah.
Zach.
I'm more intrigued with Bandits over Gosford Park, so Bandits.
Yep. Malcolm.
I haven't seen Bandits. It's definitely one that I've been intrigued to go see, but I've seen Gosford Park. It's actually the first of two Maggie Smith movies from this year because the other big and obvious one coming up.
Of
later.
course, you would be in that one. Of course.
But yeah, and I will just say this: it's definitely not a Jordan movie. Like it's a 1930s murder mystery.
Nope.
But
Definitely not for me.
I actually enjoyed it. So Jacob, you're not alone. I'm voting Gosford Park.
Well, Austin.
Gosford Park is one of those ones I know I rented in like 2002 because I was trying to like get into my cinephile thing, and I swear I was bored out of my mind, and I have not gone back to it since. Yeah, Bandits used to come on cable a lot. I would see bits and pieces of it here and there. It's fun enough for what it is. Yeah, about on par with Hudson Hawk, which is also kind of fun, but it's fine. So I'll go Bandits. I have a soft spot for Hudson Hawk. I think that movie's kind of misunderstood, but it's just me. We'll talk about it when we get to 1990 ladder series.
Yeah.
And another 10 years. All right. All right. There we go. We breezed through it. So, JPO, you want to see some of these bangers we had before you got here?
Man.
Yeah,
Wolf.
sure.
Atlantis and Josie and the Pussycats.
Hold on. Josie and the Pussycats actually really good. It's smarter than you think it is.
Yeah, I know you're. It was just before you got here. I know you're a fan, particularly. Yes, I know.
No, I'm just saying, don't judge it on the cover. It's smarter than and better than you think it is.
Mummy Returns over Bones.
Oh, there you go.
We had the others over Exit Wounds with Steven Seagal.
Fair.
We pushed that through pretty easily. Anchorman over Moulin Rouge. Joyride over Down to Earth. Yeah, fair.
That's just different movies.
I rallied hard for it, but I tried to get Freddy Got Fingered through, but I failed my efforts.
Get the fuck out of here. Over Fellowship? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but my only argument was, and Brian was with me in the comments, that we've seen Fellowship literally in the last 4 tournaments.
Freddy's one of the worst movies of the decade, though. I don't give me at least a movie that's 2 stars, and I'll follow you.
Yeah,
it's not though. I saw that movie live with Tom Green. I have a soft spot for it with him and
then that's unfair. That's unfair. Only because you saw it with him.
Yeah. Ghost World over Spy Game.
That's fair. I agree with that.
Fair. 3,000 Miles to Graceland over Saints and So. And by the way, Jacob Cameron beat me to the punch, and there was a crossover thing where Kurt Russell showed up on Nitro and made fun of David Arquette being WCW champion.
Arquette's filming this while he's champ. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. So we talked about that.
There, yeah.
Mexican over Summer Catch.
The beginning of that movie has a Transformer CGI scorpion fight. It has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. It's great.
Yeah.
Weird.
Joe Dirt over American Outlaws.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Pledge over Planet of the Apes, the Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
And 60 Beast over Black Knight. So there you go. All right.
That's probably the correct answer. I think I saw Beast.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sexy Beast, but we have seen Black Knight. That's why.
You have some Black Knight.
Yeah. All right, so on the other side, we're jumping over. We got How High and The Last Castle. So, this is only on tournament fights type matchup right here. It's like James Gandolfini and Robert Redford versus the Jay Burns' favorite. So there we go. JPO, you're up first. What you got?
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I can do a stoner comedy. There's the fact that it's right above the brackets here, a good stoner comedy, but this one doesn't do much for me here, so I gotta go Last Castle. I think there's some good moments in it here.
Yeah. Jacob.
You have one of the biggest TV stars going under contract. What do you do with him? Put him in The Last Castle. That makes sense. Nah, I'm kidding. I actually have not seen this movie, but from the premise alone,
TikTok was weird.
From the premise alone, I'm going with The Last Castle.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Zach.
I feel like I would be more intrigued to see The Last Castle over How High, so The Last Castle.
Yeah.
You guys fucking with weed, Zach.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these, but I'm actually more intrigued by How High, honestly. So How High.
Yeah. Okay. Austin.
Yeah, I saw How High for a trivia match because Jay Burns picked it in Henry's league. Of course he did, and I had never seen it, so I watched it, and then I got the questions for it. So I saw it recently, actually, and it's okay. I get why some people maybe love it. I watched it completely sober, so maybe that didn't help. I mean, it's perfectly fine. The last I like prison movies, and that one, the premise about a general rounding up all the inmates to overthrow a warden sounds pretty interesting. I had never even heard of The Last Castle, so I'll vote for it. I might check this one out.
Yeah. Did you win?
That match, I think I did. Yeah. Yes, barely. Yeah, barely.
I think I saw How High back when it was released, but I don't even remember almost anything about it. Just Method Man and Getting High and Mike Epps, but The Last Castle I haven't seen.
Red Man, not Mike Epps.
Yeah, it's Red Man and Method Red. Yeah, it's the duo.
Oh yes, yeah. Method and Red, yeah. So but The Last Castle though, I'll probably vote for that just because I'd probably be more interested. I mean, you put James Gandolfini and Robert Redford together and throw in Mark Ruffalo as like this another guy in there. Sure, The Last Castle.
All right. So Last Castle moves on. Moving down to Pearl Harbor with Affleck, and you pulled the wrong poster, Malcolm. It's The Fast and the Furious, not Fast and Furious. They're not the same movies. The does, see, the does, see, the does matter. Does matter. Seen her rules. Does matter.
I was about to say I actually didn't notice it when I did it. So
there you go. Well, we're talking about the OG Fast and the Furious versus
just a little bit younger.
Pearl Harbor, yeah. So Jacob, you're up first.
What's on them for like having dumb titles for these movies? Don't do Fast and Furious when you have The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. But our second Paul Walker movie anyway. So, but Jacob.
But yeah, as haven't seen Pearl Harbor in a minute. I was not a fan. So I think The Fast and the Furious is a lot of fun. I've always loved it since the first time I've seen it. So The Fast and the Furious gets my vote.
Yeah. Zach.
Yeah. So opposite for some of these matchups, I have seen both. Pearl Harbor I like, but I think it's a little too long and they focus way too much on the romance, which is baffling. But The Fast and the Furious I really do like. And so I'm going to go with The Fast and the Furious.
Yep. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't seen Pearl Harbor, but I do like The Fast and the Furious. The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Yep. Austin.
Yeah, if Pearl Harbor got to the battle faster, I actually think the actual Pearl Harbor attack is pretty well done by Michael Bay. I'll at least give him credit. Like the actual 40-minute sequence or whatever is really well done. It's just like it gets there and then it also has like another 45 minutes after that that's completely unnecessary and weird, and it just goes on way too long and it just feels like an eternity watching it. So yeah, I'll also go with The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. The Pearl Harbor just kind of doesn't know what type of movie it wants to be because it's like the genres are kind of all over the place and the tone kind of thing. But yeah, the Fast and the Furious, I live my life a quarter mile at a time. In those 10 seconds, I'm free. And I think it's one of the more fun ones because it's just OG, old school racing. And yeah, it's just like, it's a good time. Brian O'Connor, Brian O'Spillner, that they call him in this. And yeah, and the heist where they're trying to steal DVD players for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's a time capsule right there. We're stealing these really expensive DVD players.
Yeah, it's like really okay. So the Fast.
I feel it. I had one for another couple of years.
yeah, they were pricey when they first came out, so I'll give it that. Yeah,
the film was in 2000. Yeah, that was pricey.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
JPO.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I've seen all of Pearl Harbor. Again, growing up in this time period, and whenever it was a dual VHS, it was a little daunting. I was like, oh, fuck, that's long. So I feel like I've kind of pieced it over the years. But yeah, I like the first Fast and the Furious when it was just kind of, Point Break, like a little bit of, double, agenting kind of stuff here in the racing here. So it's a little more straightforward of the franchise. It's a good one. So I'll go with the first Fast and Furious.
All right, down goes Affleck
Yeah,
and Josh Hartnett. Sorry, guys, we like you though.
But I appreciate Leo Logan's comment in the chat where he's quoting Roger Ebert.
Yeah, no, he's been driving some Robert Eagles. Yeah, about how on December 7th they staged a surprise attack on a love triangle.
Yeah,
yes, yeah, and they ruined that whole thing. All right, going down to Max Keeble's big move, and
my gosh,
and Monkey Bone.
Play the toilet stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. I got to scroll to it.
I'm glad I'm here. This is all like memories are just being unlocked.
I know, right? Yeah, half of these things with the Ladder series, JP was just going, "Oh my god, I have seen that movie, and I forgot about it. I forgot about that movie existing." Yeah,
I was hoping that a Monkey Bone could go up against Osmosis Jones. That was in part 1. That would have been.
That would have gelled. Yeah, the mix.
That movie walked so Inside Out could run.
Right.
Okay. So I've seen Max Keeble's big move. I don't remember much of it, and I from what I remember, I thought it was okay. I haven't seen Monkey Bone, but I am intrigued. So because of that, I'm going to go with Monkey Bone.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I've seen both of these. Like, I did watch Max Hebel's Big Move, look, if it was a movie that I watched when I was a kid, then maybe I might have appreciated it more. But watching it as an adult, like I thought it was fine. It's just a weird movie. Although, in that being said, Monkey Bone is just as weird as well. But just slightly, I'm gonna go Max Hebel's Big Move.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, I was already in high school when this Max Keeble's Big Move came out, so yeah, I just didn't care, and I never got around to seeing it. I don't have a reason to. Monkey Bone is batshit crazy, and like not in a great way, but it is like I do still have love for like Brendan Fraser around this time, so it's insane. It's definitely like a train wreck, a watchable train wreck. I'll say that, but it is a train wreck nonetheless. But I'll still vote for it just because, again, we have some unique movies in here. You guys could have voted for Freddy's Got Fingered. Just putting it out there, or at least unique movies. But yeah, make for a great double feature with Freddy Got Fingered. If you want to go, how did this get made?
No.
Come on, it's a how did this get made double feature of 2001.
Yeah.
I wish I was drinking with you and Wolfman. I ain't watching it.
Yeah. Well, Max Keeble's Big Move with Jamie Kennedy playing the evil ice cream man. And then just a bunch of like child's like Disney teen / kid stars like Josh Peck in there, Orlando Brown from That's So Raven, and then like the kid that played Reese from Malcolm in the Middle, but I just don't really care about it.
And of course, right on target, Larry Miller as the principal. Yeah, that tracks for 2001.
Yeah, Larry Miller. Oh.
Larry Miller always played like the dean or the principal or whatever the fuck and like everything.
Or like the really weird dad, something like that. Yeah. Because I remember he was in 10 Things I Hate About You as the dad.
Nutty Professor. He's the dean. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, I'll give it to Monkey Bone. I remember at least having a little fun with it, so I'll say Monkey Bone. JPO.
Well, the 38% fan thumbs for Max Keebles was not big. I definitely would be one of those 38% because again, 11-year-old me loved Max Keebles' Big Move, right up his alley. I was watching this right along with Evil Woman and Ghost of Mars. It was a great triple feature. Yeah, I wanted to like Monkey Bone too, because again, this is kind of that really good period of Brendan Fraser. And hell, even Chris Kattan, who's not in it much, and weirdly, 11-year-old me was upset by that because he's only kind of been like the end of it.
Our second Chris Kattan 2001 movie because Corky Romano was on Wednesday.
I was supposed to say this is also his like brief 5 years of like leading man status almost. The fact that he's on the cover and he's not even in it that much. But yeah, I like the world building here, and there's some very unique, almost like Beetlejuice like moments. Like you said, it just kind of falls apart in a lot of it. So I gotta go Max Keebles here. I enjoyed it more.
Yeah. Well, if you ever want to find out more about Chris Kattan, you can get the autobiography like I got called "Baby Don't Hurt Me," the Chris Kattan story, and he spills the tea all about like Lorne Michaels and weird SNL things, and it's actually kind of interesting. So, yeah. Anyways, but Jacob.
So I've seen both of these. It's been very long. It's been a very long time since I have seen them. Monkey Bone, I'll side with Pez on this one. Is like it's crazy, but it's like the bad kind of crazy, where it's like they think weird is like it's weird, but it doesn't have a point to its weirdness. I think that's my main issue with it. And Max Keeble's Big Move is just a fun movie to watch for me. It's fun and watchable, so I'm giving it to Max.
Okay, well, that makes it a tie. And Jacob, we stick with you for the tiebreaker. Are you sticking with Max on this one?
Yep, I'm sticking with it.
Okay, sounds good. There we go. All
But it
right.
makes
Also,
sense, though, that Monkey Bone directed by Henry Selick because that's like Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff.
yeah.
Yep.
And I was going to say, Max Keeble is our second Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds movies because he's also in Ghost of Mars. So, anyways, he's still working.
Another year, like that year, I was like, this guy's everywhere, but never seen him again.
Yeah, he was the dad on like the Lizzie McGuire TV show. Like he was still like.
Thank you. I was gonna say Shia LaBeouf, but no, you're right, Lizzie. Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire, yeah, he was the dad, and he was the dad of Max Keeble. So he played a dad a lot. He was in that dad mode, doing his thing. So
I was gonna say, another guy was like for a couple of years, I was like, this dude's great.
In a really badly photoshopped poster, from what I can tell, Heartbreakers.
What is this in 2001? Oh,
Yeah, versus the animal.
Jeez.
I mean, doesn't that look photoshopped? What the fuck is the heads like?
It does look Photoshop, but I swear it is the legit poster.
I know, but it looks like one of the. It looks like
one
one of those
one mainstream poster.
Yeah,
What
but
is
it looks
Gene
like
Hackman looking at? Is he looking at us?
it's one of those wacky things. Like,
Yeah.
hey, look at me, look at these ladies, hey, look at me. Yeah, just one of those shitty posters.
Like,
Anyway,
I'm in this
If you
movie
could
too.
read-
Yeah.
If you could read his face says, "I was Lex Luthor. What am I doing here?"
No, his face says, "I got paid for this movie and it paid for a new house."
Yeah.
But Malcolm, what you got?
Yeah, I haven't. I think I've seen Heartbreakers once. I don't remember it, but it's one of those movies that's kind of intrigued me enough that I do want to actually watch it at some stage. But look, Animal is fun. If I remember rightly, I think it. No, actually, no, it didn't make number one on our watch night ranking list. I think it got to number 3 or something because people didn't want it number one because they voted something he was a smaller role in. But yeah, I think it's fun. No, I do think it's Rob Schneider's best movie. So I'm going to go The Animal.
Sure. Austin.
I'm voting for The Animal because I have a soft spot for it, as we talked about on our Rob Schneider movies. But holy shit, Heartbreakers has like a sneaky, incredible cast. Because yeah, it's besides the 3 on the board, you got Ray Liotta, Jason Lee, Anne Bancroft, Nora Dunn, who was just in Max Keeble, by the way. It's their second Nora Dunn movie. That's weird. But Ricky Jay, Sarah Silverman, Zach Galifianakis, Carrie Fisher. Like Jesus, it just keeps going on. I'm like, holy shit, these movies did crank out the cast back in the day, though. I'll give them that. But I'm still voting for The Animal because I've never seen Heartbreakers.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never seen Heartbreakers. I don't really care.
It sounds like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, but with 2 women instead of 2 guys. Is what it sounds like.
Maybe that's what it was kind of like. But and it's got like Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, weird. I don't know, but The Animal is at least fun. Like I'm not gonna say it's like good, but it's fun. And always my favorite thing is like Norm Macdonald coming and asking weird questions about the mob and writing lighting torches, like they're in a mob, a big group that's about to like storm something, but he's like he keeps pausing to ask questions about lighting torches. So but I'll vote for The Animal, sure.
All right, JPO, it's your boy Rob Schneider. You gonna vote for
Rob Schneider. Well, I have seen Heartbreakers and don't recommend it. Yeah, so you're not missing much on that one here. Yeah, like you said, I went in wanting to like it here because again, Jason Lee, who we'll see also in Jay and Bob. Like I was like, okay, fun cast here, good enough premise to start off with. But yeah, I just don't think the last two just do not land in this one, unfortunately, at all. From what I remember too, it's been a while. But yeah, The Animal, it has its moments. It really does. There are just a couple of truly laugh out loud moments here. And also, hey, Schneider, give him credit. The dude fucking commits. Like he really is trying in this movie here. And so he kind of does elevate what could have been kind of even worse on paper. He at least elevates it to kind of funny here. And also, it sadly seems like it might be dead or at least very delayed. The Animal 2 was supposed to be out this year on Tubi. So I'm still pushing for it.
Oh,
you know, those great Tubi sequels that are coming out, like How High 2 or Half Baked 2.
But at least had like Schneider attached originally last year, but that was supposed to be out already, so I'm guessing it died off.
All right. Okay. Well, maybe they couldn't. She's really busy. Maybe we couldn't get back the chick from Survivor. What's her name? You know.
Yeah. Almost every comedy sequel, or even sequels in general, she's dead. He's got to find a new girl. Like you know what I mean? Like you can do something about it.
Colleen Haskell. Yeah, weird.
Sequels love killing off people from the first one.
Oh, weird.
Well, I will say Beetlejuice kills off inappropriately one that we didn't want to talk about, so I'll give him that. Yeah, that was okay.
Just funny because that Jeffrey guy, whatever from Beetlejuice, I forget his last name.
Who's in Heartbreakers, by the way? I just didn't say his name. Name
redacted. Yeah, I was gonna say that it's actually in Heartbreakers. Yeah,
name redacted. Yes.
Yeah. And also, I think he shows up in like How High, I think, for a minute. So.
Oh, I believe he does. Yeah, sadly, this is like his last hurrah too. I feel like he's pretty dead
Yeah,
end.
he was.
I think this
Yeah.
was about the time he got accused of it. If you think
Right,
No,
that's
he
what I'm
was
saying.
still, no, I don't, not yet, because I know he was still in like Who's the Caddy in like 05 or 06, you know, so like
Okay.
he made it to like the mid 2000s, and that's when it ended. Yeah, something around the mid 2000s,
Okay.
something like that. Anyways, but yeah, let's get back to yeah, Jacob, what you got?
Haven't seen either one of these. However, I think the animal sounds like fun. So if I had to choose between the two, I'd go with the animal.
It's more fun than you think it is, based on the premise. It's not bad. It's watchable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, I haven't seen Heartbreakers, but I've seen the animal once, and I remember it being good, and it has its fun moments. So the animal.
Yeah, all right. Clean sweep for the animal. You know what the animal does right though as a comedy? 84 minutes, baby. Bingo. Comedy should be under 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Comedy should be under 90 minutes. Quick, in and out. In and out.
The purpose doesn't lend to it being long. It knows when to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't waste any time. We get right to it. So
Yeah.
I got Jet Li's The One, which won't be actually we'll see that again, Jordan, in another tournament in like a week.
Yeah.
Because it'll be part of the
martial arts tournament. Yeah.
And also another Jason Statham movie, by the way. He plays the bad guy in that movie, along with Ghost of Mars. And Hannibal, another Ray Liotta movie. So yeah, I'm a first. Yeah, I mean The One it's a very strange movie. It doesn't fully explain its kind of sci-fi premises with him bouncing in and out of like portals and weird shit, and like he's got like an evil twin, and it's a very convoluted movie, way more convoluted than it needs to be. I've always defended Hannibal. I think Hannibal's a pretty solid sequel. I think there's a lot going on. Gary Oldman's creepy as the feature guy, and then yeah, Ray Liotta is fun. Like it's got a really good cast, and I think it's creepy enough and does it pretty well. So I'll give it to Hannibal. I like it.
So I've never seen Hannibal just because I saw Silence of the Lambs and I thought that movie was good. I'm still under the looking at the camera. I don't think it's Oscar worthy, but it's good. But I just didn't really have any like desire to check out any other movies in that universe. But
Hannibal's a much different movie than Silence of the Lambs. I'll say that. Much different movie. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the one I have a lot of fun with because it's Jet Li going through all these different dimensions to kill himself in all the different dimensions because he absorbs the power, so he wants to become the one of himself. So that's like the strongest and fastest, or like whatever it is. So he has all he's doing that. So and then Jason Statham and like Carla Gugino going through time trying to stop him and stuff. So and I actually think it's a lot of fun. I actually really like The One, so I'll go with The One. JPO.
It's been a long time, so I'm not even sure if I've seen all of The One. I'll give it to Hannibal, though. I think there's enough. That's fun getting to catch up with Anthony Hopkins. There's some weird missteps with the plot as well, but like the Ray Liotta stuff is kind of crazy and memorable. So just enough to where I could slightly recommend it here. Although it's definitely a level down from Silence. So I'll go Hannibal still though.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
So I have seen Hannibal twice in my life, and that's 3.
And you saw it recently, right? Because you did the binge, right?
Yeah, for Talking Silence on my channel. Yeah, seen it twice, 3 more times than I would have ever wanted to see it in my life. The movie is awful. I haven't even seen The One, and The One is getting my vote because Hannibal is just that awful.
Really? Okay, I don't think it's bad at all.
Yeah.
It's all right. Zach?
Yeah, I haven't seen either, but interestingly enough, I'm more intrigued with Hannibal than I am The One. So Hannibal.
All right. Malcolm?
I haven't seen either one of these days. I might actually watch all the movies in the Silence of the Lambs series, but I'm probably more intrigued in Hannibal, so Hannibal gets my vote.
I defend Red Dragon. I think Red Dragon's a great procedural, like mystery thriller. I think Red Dragon's actually really underrated. But,
Red Dragon's fantastic, but I want to state for the
one.
record, we're talking about the 2001 movie called Hannibal, not the TV show.
Yeah,
on
and
NBC
I just said I defended the 2001 movie Hannibal. I like that movie. So
the NBC show is awesome. The movie is
Nobody was talking about the NBC show. No one was confused.
Yeah, I wasn't confused. Right. I wasn't voting for Mads Mikkelsen and Lawrence Fishburne.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
We got Spy Kids and Caden Leopold.
What is this tournament?
Yo,
Yeah, another just. Hold on, I gotta scroll back up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Another pass.
That's right, Jordan.
Yeah, and a big fat pass because I hate Spy Kids, that whole series. I don't like any of them. And I've never seen Kate and Leopold, but it's Hugh Jackman, so why not? I'll vote Kate and Leopold. Sure. 'Cause I love Hugh Jackman. GPO.
JPO. There, JPO, no, JPO.
Oh,
Okay,
you
all right, we'll
ran
come
it.
back to him.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, hey.
Thought I had muted. I'll go with
Yeah.
Spy Kids. I like the first two.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, Jacob.
so I have not seen Kate and Leopold. I saw Spy Kids a very long time ago, but I remember having a lot of fun with it. So I'm gonna go with Spy Kids.
Yeah. Zach.
Yeah, so I've seen the first 3 Spy Kid movies, and I think they're good. They're not great, but I also haven't seen Kate and Leopold, so Spy Kids.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, I don't think like the first couple of Spy Kids. I do think are actually pretty good movies. Like, they're a lot of fun. And yeah, but I do really like Ken Leopold. I think it's a really good movie. So I'm gonna go Ken Leopold.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, it's our second Carla Gugino movie on this side of the bracket because she was just in The One, and now she's also in Spy Kids. So she was busy as well. Yeah, I'm kind of with the panel. Like, I think the first 2 are okay as far as Spy Kids. I saw them both in theaters. They're all right. I mean, I like Robert Rodriguez from around this time. He's still making at least decent stuff. I still have not gotten around to Kate and Leopold. I'll probably get around to it at some point, but I'll go Spy Kids.
Sure.
Right. So there we go. All right. Going down to America's Sweethearts
Something good.
and Eternal Sunshine. This one's mine. Hanging on for 2004.
So it'll be
Yeah.
Eternal Sunshine. All right.
Yeah. America's Sweethearts is like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anybody going to go out on
I mean, I was going to vote for America's Sweetheart, so.
Okay. I know JPO. Yeah, JPO is gonna wreck you if you do.
We'll make a note of it.
He knows my thoughts. So
Yeah.
I'll already hate him. Oh, that's fine.
Anybody
I
else?
like American Sweethearts, but I wouldn't have gone over.
I wouldn't put it over.
I mean,
Eternal Sunshine either.
that is just against the Juggernaut.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Jordan, you're in the same boat. Okay. Yeah.
But if you look at the cast, I'm not going to run through it, but to look up the cast
Oh,
for
great.
Sweethearts, it's like stacked.
No, it's stacked, but it's just a mediocre movie, though. Even with the stacked cast, it's just mediocre
Man,
material.
It was like
Yeah.
15 people deep that are good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of these movies did have a hell of a cast. It just
Yeah.
Pez, I will say, like you were talking about Fellowship of the Ring, Eternal Sunshine is how I feel about like what you said about Fellowship of the Ring.
Hey, Zach, stop digging your grave. Just move on, buddy.
I know. Yeah, I know. We got Monsters Inc. and Rush Hour 2. So we got a decent matchup here. So a decent matchup. Finally.
That's a good matchup.
Finally a decent matchup.
Yeah.
Yes. JPO, we're starting back down to you.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna say, let's hear what other people say. Because again, I mean, I think Rush Hour 2 is a really worthy action comedy sequel here. Fun seeing these two back together here. The laughs are good, the action's good. Monsters Inc. though is such a great universe they built here. I'll go with Monsters Inc. because it's the first one.
And back to back Billy Crystal because he's American Sweetheart.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
All right,
he had a good year.
That's right. But Jacob.
At the risk of going on forever, I won't actually do it, but I could quote Rush Hour 2 like line for line the whole
Same.
movie. I love it
I
so
could
much.
too.
Like, I love that whole Rush Hour trilogy, to be perfectly honest. However, Monsters Inc. is very precious to me. The ending might be one of my favorite endings in Pixar history. So I'm sorry, Rush Hour 2, but if you were against any other movie on this list, you would get my vote. But
No, like with all the bad movies, and we have to have 2 ones that we all like, and they can't be against other things, and just move on.
This is
Can Rush
not
Hour
hard
2
for
go
me.
up against monkey bone or something, you know, or just Max Keeble. I don't know, just anything. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate. Zach, because one of these is not going to move on. It's unfortunate. Zach?
Rush Hour 2 is very good, but not as good as the first one, and it can't compete with Monsters Inc. So Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Yeah, this is actually tough because I like both these movies. They're actually pretty close together, and like ranking of 2001 movies. I think just slightly. I think I like Rush Hour 2 just a little bit more, so I'm gonna go Rush Hour 2.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, this is very close because I've seen Rush Hour 2 more, just having it on DVD and watching it a lot, when it came out. And Monsters Inc. I've grown a big appreciation for over the years. Every time I go back to it, it kind of gets better and better. And I will say it would probably make a top 10 Pixar for me if I sat down and made a list. I haven't done that, but it probably would. Just for the one I've seen more over the years, and like Jacob and probably Jordan, I could probably quote Rush Hour 2 back and forth.
Yeah.
Like the whole movie is very fun. So I'll go Rush Hour 2.
Yeah, so I think one of the best announcements to come out of D23 is that Disney World's getting a Monsters Inc. land complete with a Monsters Inc. doors hanging roller coaster where you're like hanging down and hanging onto the doors and stuff. I think that sounds cool. But yeah, like Rush Hour 2, yeah, like I can quote that like so much, like when he's like, I need all the triads and the ugly women on this side and all the fine women on this side, or like there's just like so many, like I like my chicken dead and deep fried. You ever heard of Popeyes? Like it just goes on and on and on. So many good quotes. I think it's better than the first one. So for that reason, I think I'll vote for Rush Hour 2. Yeah.
All right, so we have another tie, and we're scooting up to Zach for the tiebreaker.
Monsters Inc.
Oh man. All right.
Shout out to Rush Hour 2 for casting Jeremy Piven in his role.
Yeah.
He is so much fun in his one scene.
Yeah, he makes the most of it.
But I want to make a quick point of order that I forgot to mention up top before we go to the speed round. I wanted to wish a special happy birthday to Zach Shelton. It is his birthday today, so happy birthday! Yeah.
All right. You can go check out his music bracket we did on Tuesday for his birthday, for early birthday. So go check that out.
Did Baha Men win?
Baha Men did not win, but but if you want to go back and see the TV commercial I played for the Baha Men cassette of their movie music, you can check that out. I played the I found a commercial where that was very funny. So it's going down to Mulholland Drive from David Lynch and Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Oh, I thought we were going to the speed round for a second, but it's fine.
Not yet. We're almost there. Actually, we're doing good time. Yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah, we should be almost there.
But Jacob, yeah.
So, have not seen Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. I have seen Mulholland Drive, and it's a very bizarre movie, but I also kind of appreciate it in its bizarreness. David Lynch leans into it, and so I appreciate that. So I'm going to go Mulholland Drive.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, I've seen both of these. Final Fantasy Spirits Within is a odd movie. Like I think it's got Alec Baldwin, I think, is in this, and like and plus this weird AI active thing that they created for this. But I do like Mulholland Drive. I think it's good. It's definitely not a Jordan movie. But yeah, I'm gonna vote Mulholland Drive.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
Yeah, I still haven't revisited in a long time. I have the 4K of Mulholland Drive, the Criterion, that I bought at half price. I need to revisit it very soon. I just didn't have time for this bracket. That was when I'm meaning to. If we make it to the championship, I'll try to watch it maybe this weekend. But yeah, Final Fantasy Spirits Within has that like weird early CGI dead eyes thing that like Polar Express has. It's very creepy. The CGI they use and doesn't work for me. But yeah, I'm more interested to go back and revisit Mulholland Drive. I'm not a big David Lynch guy, but I know it's like one of the more like kind of straightforward ones a little bit. So I'll go Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, so I was trying to watch some movies for this I hadn't seen, and actually tried to find Mulholland Drive. because there's a few movies that just weren't streaming anywhere. So I tried to find like an underground download of it, and then I found it, and it was taking forever to download. And I finally got it, and I watched 20 minutes of it, and then I didn't have time for any more than that. So I've seen like not much of it, but and based on what you guys say, I probably won't like it anyway, so that's fine. But Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. So I worked in a Hollywood Video, if anyone remembers those. I worked in one of those in like around 2003 or so. But we had Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, and we could play certain movies on the TVs there, and they just couldn't be R-rated, and like whatever we would put in every day, one of our coworkers would like secretly swap it to Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within without telling anyone. So every day we start out watching one, all of a sudden that damn movie's playing, and we're like, what the hell? Like, get out of here! Like, quit putting that movie on. And like it's like a running gag for our store. But oh man, I just don't care for that. So the premise of Mulholland Drive sounded good. I'm not going to lie, so I'll vote for that.
Jordan, you skipped Zach, by the way. We got to go back to Zach.
If this goes through, it's fine. I'll just.
I was just about to say.
Oh, we skipped him? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, but Zach, yeah.
I mean, it would have been Mulholland Drive anyway. So.
All right, but JPO.
I'll go Final Fantasy.
Okay. All right.
I haven't seen enough of Mulholland Drive. David Lynch is kind of weird.
Yeah, David Lynch is weird. The only movie I really like of his that I haven't revisited lately, but I like Wild at Heart with Nick Cage and Laura Dern. I like that movie a lot, actually. But again, that's a more straightforward movie. Yeah. We got Ali and Enemy at the Gates. So 2 other solid movies, actually. Yeah. So Zach.
I actually saw Ali earlier this year for the first time for the Will Smith and Eddie Murphy tournament fight, and I really enjoyed it. Haven't seen Enemy at the Gates, but Ali is very good. So Ali.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, no, I finally got around to actually watch Ali for this. So, Richie, if you're watching this, I finally have seen Ali. He was giving me shit last time Ali turned up.
Oh,
for not seeing it.
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah, and I do like Enemy at the Gates, but I'm just going to slowly go Ali. So Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah, Enemy of the Gates is good. It's about some snipers, and it's got some good stuff. Bob Hoskins shows up as like a kind of enemy general, so I always appreciate a good Bob Hoskins part. But yeah, I think Ali is like one of Will Smith's more underrated movies, and I tried to champion it during that Will Smith Eddie Murphy thing we did. Yeah, I think he's really, really good in it. So yeah, it's well directed too. I'll go Ali, and yeah, another one where the cast is like stacked when you look at it. It's in, tons of people in that movie. So. Yeah, Jordan, you're muted and like you were like half choppy. Unmute yourself, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, I was pulling something out of a bag a second ago. Yeah, I think both these casts are kind of stacked if you look at it. I mean, even Enemy at the Gates is pretty stacked. But and I swear that like growing up, one of my best friends would go there and he owned like 10 movies. We'd watch the same movies over and over, like Zoolander and Night at the Roxbury. But then he had Enemy at the Gates. But every time they would bring up Enemy at the Gates, like everyone would be like, no, we don't want to watch that, no. And he keep bringing it up, trying to push it on us. And the fact that he kept pushing it on us made us say no even more. We're like, we're not watching that movie. Quit bringing it up. But I have seen it though. I do eventually did that. But Ali, I think it's really good. And in this movie, Will Smith won't just slap you; he'll straight up punch you. And yeah, I think that the cast is really solid, and yeah, it's good. So I'll go with Ali.
Check your microphone, Jordan. You're a little underwater. JPO.
Okay.
Screw the mic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, barely, but yes, we can. If you
You've been kind of muffled a little too tonight.
But it's
Yeah,
right.
my headphones fucking with me too. I think. Ali's is more my tempo here, more my kind of story. So I'll go Ali here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Cameron, what you got?
Have not seen Enemy at the Gates, but I have seen Ali, and I think it's very good. So I'm going to go with Ali.
All right, we're finally getting some decent movies on this bottom corner of the bracket.
Yeah.
So that means we're still going to have a lot of mediocre shit go through the Sweet 16. We'll see what happens. Hey, JPL, let's Get Over It with your boy Cisco. Hey, there you are. And it's going up against Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
So, Harry Potter wins. Sorry.
I wouldn't jump ahead to that. I wouldn't jump ahead to that. No, I wouldn't. Let's wait.
What do you mean? I wouldn't jump ahead to that. That's like the easiest.
Because I think there's a movie that might get at least 2 votes, and if it gets a third, it's tie.
Well, it's 2 votes. I don't think
it could get a third. We'll see. I don't know. Malcolm,
you really think?
Yeah, I could. We'll see.
Look, I mean, it's one of those. Because I mean, like it had the first Harry Potter. Like, well, yes, it's good. Like, I know for some reason there's weird love for Get Over It. I don't get the love, but if Harry Potter loses to Get Over It, I will get over it. But I'm voting for Harry Potter in the process.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not a Harry Potter guy, and I especially think that first movie is like very kidsy and like kind of cheesy and like kind of corny. And it's a Chris Columbus movie. It's before the more serious directors took over. I don't think it's that great. And Get Over It's like it's not totally my bag. I watched it because of JPO was always praised it. It popped up here and there, and like it's totally watchable in that early 2000s way. Ton of like great people that show up. Martin Short is very, very good, and I'll give you that. He steals the movie. He's very funny. So I'm not a Harry Potter guy. I'll go Get Over It.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, vote for what you like, but I just I've seen Get Over It, and I'm just kind of over it. But I mean, it's not the worst movie, but it's no Harry Potter. Like, I think Harry Potter, like any of them, are like a country mile leaps and bounds over it. And you just have to think back to 2001. Yeah, I was in high school, but even so, back then I kind of even geared a little more towards even like the first Harry Potter, because I read all the books like multiple times. I read all the books 3 times all the way through, and then I listened to the audiobooks on double speed. That's how much I was into Harry Potter, and I went to midnight releases of these books. So, and the first one I like. You're a wizard, Harry. So I'll go with the Harry Potter. JPO.
We can't hear you, buddy. Something's off or something.
Muted?
I don't think he's muted, but I can't hear him.
Huh. I don't know. We can come back to him, maybe.
Yeah, test out your mic, buddy. We can't hear you. I see you talking, but I can't hear you. We'll come back to you.
See your lips moving, but I can't make out the words.
Yeah.
I'm deaf. Yeah, but
Jacob.
Yeah.
So, haven't seen Get Over It, but I think the first Harry Potter is very good. I especially love the scene where they fight the troll, like in the bathroom. I love that scene so much.
Yeah.
And when
troll bogeys.
when Ron finally
hang on, very low. Speak up again.
I can hear me now.
It's very low.
Yeah,
kinda. It's very low though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, continue, Jacob. I was trying to figure out my mic.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll let Jacob keep going, and then we'll come back.
We'll come back to you.
When Ron finally figures out Wingardium Leviosa and the Trolls Club lifts out of his hand and then falls on his head and he falls down, that's like a super underrated scene in the entire franchise. So, Sorcerer's Stone gets my vote.
Yeah.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better, JP.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
I don't know what it
Okay.
was.
There's actually a volume on this thing that I found. Cool. All right.
So you have the
Oh,
volume
nice.
turned down.
There you
Volume
go.
knob. There you go. All right, now we got you. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, well, yeah, I was making a whole spiel about, come on, Harry Potter gets voted in all the time. But yeah, I'll show some love for Get Over It here. Again, it's a bit of a time capsule movie, but hey, when's the last time we saw Ben Foster in a rom-com? Never. Martin Short, Colin Hanks, vitamin C's in this? What more do you want? Cisco Thong song?
Vitamin
Come
C.
on. She's in this.
That song everyone's high school graduation song. Yeah.
Yeah.
But All the time
Yeah.
and together. Yeah. But all right, Zach.
Yeah, so I think it was a couple years ago. I rewatched all the Harry Potter movies, and Sorcerer's Stone. I think is, if I remember correctly, is kind of like in the middle for me. And I haven't seen Get Over It, so I'm going to go with Harry Potter.
Yeah,
of course. You guys are so predictable on these things. You don't want to be bold on some of these 2001 things. Go for the movies, take some chances.
well, if they're good movies, we could.
I Am Sam and the Jimmy Neutron movie, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Talk about a
what a
tonal
mess.
shift.
Yeah, right. It's another
It's fun for the whole family.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
The whole
and it's
family.
money for the whole family. That's right.
Yeah.
I haven't seen I Am Sam. That's a blind spot for me. I know it was when everybody was trying to win their Oscars by playing people with mental disorders.
Yeah.
Sean Penn's doing the same thing. I know in that movie. I think Tropic Thunder lambasted that pretty well. And I haven't seen Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. I'm well aware of it. I mean, I know about the show, and I was in high school at this time. I didn't watch this movie. Like, I didn't watch the TV show. So I guess I would be more curious to watch I Am Sam. So I'll go with that.
Yeah. I had younger brothers that watched Jimmy Neutron. I never cared for it, but they would try to convince me that it's funny, but I couldn't really get on board with that. But and I Am Sam, I've never seen either, but I'd way rather watch I Am Sam, so I'll go with I Am Sam. JPO.
I gotta go for the only movie I saw. I enjoyed it enough. Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius.
Yeah, sure. Jacob.
Well, you must have really fixed your mic because you were sounding like terrible for a while, but now it's like crystal clear.
I think he put his headset on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I changed the complete setup.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But Jacob.
Your mic's
You're
off.
muted, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Muted, buddy.
Oh, I turned my mic off to cough, and I just forget.
Yeah.
But
yes.
I've watched Jimmy Neutron like a ton of times when I was a lot younger. I had the VHS with it had like an orange or a yellow case. I'll have to look it up later. But I saw I Am Sam once in high school, and it really hit me right there. I thought Sean Penn did a really good job, and so I'm going to go with I Am Sam.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
I haven't seen I Am Sam, but unlike a couple of you, I was actually the perfect age to see Jimmy Neutron because I was in 6th grade in this year. So Jimmy Neutron for me.
All right.
Yep.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't got around to seeing I Am Sam, but I also have seen Jimmy Neutron, and I think it's fun. I have a lot of fun with it, so I'm going to go Jimmy Neutron.
Wow. All right. And Malcolm's got the tiebreaker. So
I'm going to put through the movie I've seen, Jimmy Neutron.
wow. All right. So the Oscar-nominated performance of the year. All right.
Well, I mean, Jimmy Neutron, but I think Jimmy Neutron was nominated for Best Animated Feature that year as well.
Well, sure. Look at the competition.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think it lost to Shrek, I think. So
Yeah. Shrek and Monsters Inc.
Shrek?
are miles above it, though.
Wow. They beat lost to Shrek.
No, lost to Shrek.
Okay.
Yeah, Monsters
Inc. Beat it. Yeah. I was gonna say,
no. Memento and Life as a House. So going to Jordan Anderson.
So I own Memento, but I've never watched it yet. So it's just been like sitting in my DVD, my big case, because I took all my DVDs and put them in binders. So that's where they are. And it's like 6 giant binders. But I don't know what Life as a House is. I've never heard of it. So but Memento, it's Chris Nolan. Even though I've been known to say his movies don't hold up so well for me, he's still a good director. And yeah, I do want to check it out. So I'll vote Memento. Sure. JPO.
Yeah, no, I'll show some real love for Memento here. I think it's a cool concept here as well. One of the first times Chris Nolan kind of played around with the way you tell a story, which I heard, by the way, if you ever do watch it in order, I heard it's actually a very boring movie. But the way it's edited, though, it's actually quite intriguing. Guy Pearce is fantastic here. Joey Pants. So yeah, Memento will get my vote. Although, hey, if you're unconvinced Hayden Christensen's a good actor, he's actually pretty good in Life is a House.
Okay. Well, Jacob, what do you say?
This one's easy. I'm going with Memento. I love that movie so much.
Yeah. Zach.
I've never even heard of Life as a House, but I definitely have heard of Memento. So Memento gets my vote.
Yeah. Malcolm.
I'm probably the only one here then because I haven't seen Memento. It's one of the biggest. It's a Christopher Nolan blind spot there. I've wanted to watch for the longest time, just haven't had a chance. And the one time I thought I did have a chance, it got taken off Amazon Prime very quickly. But I have actually seen Life as a House. Like and it's one of those ones like it is an underrated movie for Hayden Christensen. I think he is actually pretty good in it, and it's just one of those movies that I think is actually also pretty heartwarming as well. And I do think it's pretty good. So I'm going to vote Life as a House.
Yeah. Austin.
I know I'm in the minority on this one, but I can't stand Memento. It's easily at the bottom of my Christopher Nolan list. I don't like that movie at all. And I know I'm in the minority on that. I don't think it's interesting backwards or forwards, whichever way you watch it. I've never found it that intriguing. I don't think it's terribly interesting, and the movie kind of bores me. It's like, I know I'm in the minority, but I don't like it. So I would have voted for Life as a House.
All right. But
yeah.
It's still Memento.
Yeah.
42.
So we got Lord of the Rings, Two Towers hanging on, and Training Day.
Oh no! Shoot, too.
Wait, I have a question. Didn't Two Towers come out in 2002?
Ladder
That's
series.
one of the holdovers.
Well, the holdovers from Ladder series, like Anchorman, like Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have movies that if they make it to the Elite Eight of the championship episode, they hang on for another tournament.
Yeah.
So Anchorman has made it to the Elite Eight of multiple tournaments and hung on. So
we'll see how long they can
Eternal Sunshine. Yeah. So Two Towers is still hanging on from 2002. Okay. So yeah, that's how it works. But JPO, back down to you.
Yeah, I mean, I got love for Lord of the Rings trilogy, but I gotta go for Training Day here. Fantastic performance by Denzel, still memorable, even kind of rewatchable. Even though when you know the twists and turns, I think it still holds up. So I'm gonna say Training Day.
Yeah, Jacob.
I'm going with Two Towers because I posed this question. Outside of Denzel, what does everyone remember about Training Day? The answer is
Ethan Hawke, the intensity, the writing.
Yeah. Terry Crews and a wife beater staring down Denzel at the end. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg in a wheelchair.
Yeah. It's a good story. I mean, it's a buddy movie. It's really good.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
I remember Ethan Hawke quite a bit in that movie. So, yeah, Zach.
Yeah, Training Day is good, but I have to go with Two Towers.
Malcolm.
Yeah, no, it's one of those ones like the reason I voted for Fellowship earlier is I do think we should at least get one Lord of the Rings and at least to the championship. And it was one of those ones like I knew what the other one was up against, and I can't remember what show it was, but I think there was one tournament earlier that Training Day appeared and that you said it could go far ahead. So I'm going to vote Training Day.
Yep. Austin.
Yeah, my argument here is going to be Two Towers has won 2 tournaments. We see it all the time. It's done. I won a champion in a weak year of movies of 2001. Train Day is a legitimately great movie, and this is Antoine Fuqua's big breakout. Yeah, Denzel is great in it. I've gone back and watched it again recently. It works. It's very intense. I won a champion like a legitimately great 2001 movie here in a year where there wasn't a lot of great movies. So I'm voting for Training Day.
Yeah. Well, my argument here is that it would depend on which one won the Fellowship and Freddie Got Fingered match, because since Fellowship won, I want to see a Lord of the Rings matchup. I want to see.
We've had that matchup. Oh my god!
Yes, we have.
We haven't not that often though. Really, have we really had it? two Lord of the Rings movies go up against each other?
Yes, multiple times.
Not that I can remember very
Look,
much.
I think we had Return of the King and Two Towers like against each other in the 2002
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Well-
saying.
Well, let's have the Two Towers go up against Fellowship, because I'm gonna vote for the Two Towers, and it's my favorite of the whole franchise. So that's just why it's in my top 10 movies of all time. So I got to go Two Towers.
Well, it's a tie to me, and I'm championing the 2001 movie. So bye-bye, Two Towers. You're not going to get it. So, yeah. Let's champion it.
I could feel Pez's blood pressure rising for us.
I know. I'm like, come on.
We don't have a lot of great 2001 movies, and you guys are voting for like Two Towers, which is at 1-2 tournaments. We see it every other damn tournament.
Yeah, because it's Two Towers and it's freaking rules, and it's great, and it should win every tournament it's ever in. Every single one.
No, stop. No,
Yes, every
stop.
single one, because it's that good.
No,
Was it
stop,
another
stop.
A minus movie? Yeah.
No. I mean, I'll vote for it 95% of the time. I'll just tell you that right now.
Oh, my God. American Pie 2 and Jay and Bob Strike.
Ooh, that's a good matchup.
Yeah, good comedy match.
Yeah.
Jacob?
I have not seen either one of these, to be honest. I saw
Really?
American Pie.
Oh.
I saw American Pie 1 a couple months ago for the first time. I enjoyed it very much. Kevin Smith has never really impressed me all of that much of the limited amount that I've seen of him. So I'm given these options. I'm going American Pie 2.
You sound really fun at a party there, Jacob.
You're not like a big comedy guy?
I'm just being honest. I mean,
Yeah,
I said I liked American Pie.
sure. Yeah. But
He's the Lance Storm of tournament fights. I enjoy good hijinks more than anybody else, but tonight the American Pie movies, I find
I don't eat marijuana.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Zach, what do you say?
So this is an odd matchup for me because
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We do have Shannon Elizabeth versus Shannon Elizabeth here.
Hey,
So, yeah,
is she in
that
the
is
second
true.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she shows up near the end and she gets with the Shermanator. Remember, the Shermanator gets with her.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. I forgot.
She pops up in like the last 10 minutes. She's not a big part of it.
And
She pops up.
Sean William Scott versus Sean William Scott.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's also briefly in Jay and Bob. Yeah.
so what I was saying, interesting matchup.
And Jason Biggs versus Jason Biggs. Okay, we're done. Sorry.
Yeah, 3 crossovers. Yeah, Biggs shows up playing fake
He's big.
Chronic. Yeah, he's playing Silent Bob's thing.
He's
yeah.
mad. He's like, it always goes back to that fucking pie.
That fucking pie, just like in this matchup. That fucking pie.
No one ever says you're
damn
a really
time.
good loser, or I loved you in Boys and Girls. It's always that fucking pie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zach.
Okay, so I have seen American Pie 2, and in my opinion, I think it's garbage. Nothing compared to the first one, or even the ones after it. And I've never seen a Kevin Smith movie. But I'm gonna vote for Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah. Austin.
Malcolm.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Malcolm.
I don't know what broke my heart more, the fact that Jacob hasn't seen American Pie 2 or the fact that Zach doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Because I think the first 3 American Pie movies are great. Like, and it's this one is a little bit a tough one because I like both of these movies, and it's one of those ones like technically I do have one of these higher than the other, but I'm going to go for the other ones. I don't think we see a lot of American Pie movies a lot in these. Like we see Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back a lot, so I'm going to go vote American Pie 2.
Yeah. Austin.
No, it's a good comedy match. I like the first, really the first 4 American Pie movies. I like American Reunion a lot too. Yeah, it's solid. My only thing here is like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back might be my favorite Kevin Smith movie. That movie just makes me laugh a lot. And it's a really nice culmination of like the 90s, Kevin Smith movies. And if you watch it, especially watch them all in a row, it all comes together with all the different cameos and the characters kind of popping up throughout the thing. It's a lot of fun. And I like this universe and everything. So I'll go Jay and Bob Strike Back on this one.
Yeah, like I'm kind of with Zach in the fact that I think American Pie 2 is the one I like the least of the whole series, but I still like it. I still think it's good though. I like all those movies. I think they're fun, but Jane Silent Bob Strike Back though, like I'm becoming a more and more of a Kevin Smith fan. The more and more I watch these movies, like they actually get better over time for me. They're just more fun, and I like find little things to appreciate in all the different movies. And Jane Silent Bob Strike Back rules. I think it's really good, so I'll vote for that.
All right,
JPO.
Well, if you've been watching either A-Set or anything, I always end the episode with motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's where my legacy lies. And actually, I begin the episode too with wee-ho. I don't know.
Nice.
So yeah, that's much where my legacy lies. I don't mind any of the American Pie movies here. I'd have to really think hard as to what my least favorite one is. It might be this one. It could be the fourth one. I'm not sure. They're all watchable though. But yeah, I love Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. I think it's easily maybe his most just rewatchable comedy too. Like this is easily something I can throw on a couple times a year.
It's just the one that makes me laugh the most and giggle the most. Like I think she's really funny.
Road Trip, the cameos work. We mentioned Biggs and Vanderbeek and Charlie Scott and Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill and Will Ferrell's funny and Chris Rock at the moment. Like, yeah, it's funny. It's a really easily delectable movie. So I'll go Jane Bob.
And JPO, you get double Affleck. You get him playing the Chasing Amy Holden character and Affleck himself.
You get to see Good Will Hunting 2.
Yeah, right. Good Will Hunting 2. Yeah.
And which at the time had not been made yet, but Scream 4 with Shannon Doherty, rest in peace.
It's your first Scream 4 reference.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Shannon Doherty.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do appreciate about American Pie 2, I think that's one where they actually go to the band camp and they're at camp for a minute. So
it might be the sweetest of the four.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. I think that's fun.
Yeah, Jane Bob might be one of the most rock.
Also, Jason Biggs was busy. He was also in Evil, like Saving Silverman earlier in the break.
Yeah, right.
Well, and I actually looked up. John Cho was in 5 movies in 2001. I mean, he's briefly in American Pie 2. If you look him up, he was in 5 movies in 2001. He's insane.
Yeah, he's in Down to Earth briefly. Yeah.
He's in a bunch of stuff. So there you go. All right, we got Someone Like You with Ashley Judd and Ocean's 11.
So,
does anybody even remember what Someone Like You is?
I was just about to zoom in on the poster and go, who else?
Apparently, it's Hugh Jackman in it. Hugh Jackman's third build.
It's the other
one. Ocean's 11 wins. All right.
Ocean's 11, yeah. Everybody pretty universal.
Yeah, I've seen Someone Like You. I still don't remember.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
I 100% saw it because of Wolverine. Gun to head, I can't tell you what the fuck it's about.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Sounds good. Ocean's 11. And there you go, guys. Excellent work. We did it. And hey, 2-hour mark. Not bad. Hitting the speed round.
Oh, is that the fucking 70s Ocean's 11, by the way?
No, it's just it's just in the style of it. Like it's
okay.
People.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I almost used that for the thumbnail, but then I went with a different one.
No, it's one of those ones like when I downloaded. That's when I looked at a lot. It's like, oh no, it is the
no, it's cool. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hit the speed round, and I'll get the bracket in just a second here.
But first, you gotta get speed. Demon speed. Speed's what we need. We need greasy, fast speed.
All right. Well, Malcolm, I'll take care of the bracket if you'll write down the Sweet 16. Because, the winners of these next matchups will be in the Sweet 16. So they will hang on at least until Tuesday. And then we will see what wins the bracket tonight. So keep that in mind. We will start with Sexy Beast and The Pledge and Zach.
I haven't seen either, but I'm more intrigued by the poster of Sexy Beast. So.
All right.
Yeah.
I like the colors.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen it, I'm gonna go The Pledge.
I've seen it. I'll go The Pledge. It's solid.
2 movies that I don't know what they are, so and I made it to round 2. I'll go with The Pledge though.
All right.
Same logic as a couple others. I've seen The Pledge.
All right. And Jacob.
Sexy Beast.
All right, so close, but The Pledge, Malcolm, will move on to the Sweet 16.
Got it written down.
All right, gotcha. Just make sure. All right, going down to Joe Dirt and the Mexican. All right, I could make a bad joke, but I'm not
Yeah,
going
right. I was looking at the same thing.
All right, Malcolm.
It sounds like add an S to the Mexican. It sounds like a one of those band names like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, like Joe Dirt and the Mexicans.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
But yeah, I've seen Joe Dirt, which is why I'm voting the Mexican.
Yeah.
I'll vote for the Mexican.
Yeah. I saw the Mexican theaters. I liked it. I'll go the Mexican.
All right. GPO, yeah.
Hard disagree. The Mexican's forgettable. Joe Dirt's funny. Joe Dirt.
Sure.
Hard disagree.
Yeah. Jacob.
See my point earlier about Christopher Walken threatening Kid Rock. Joe Dirt gets my vote.
Oh, thank you, Jacob.
He likes comedy. Zach.
Joe Dirt.
Wow. Okay, so we got a tie up to Jordan then.
Screw
Okay,
it. I'm not
Christopher
that.
Walken. Yeah, he's saying it.
Yeah, not that high on the Mexican. I mean, I like it, but Joe Dirt. Let's sure.
Joe Dirt is into the championship. I'm sure Jonathan Carroll in the comments who's been watching will be very pleased that he gets to talk about Joe Dirt on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right, Jonathan, if you're still watching, let us know how excited you are about that.
Yeah.
It's going to win the whole thing right now. It's going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
3,000 Miles to Graceland and Ghost World. Me, I'll go Ghost World. Jordan.
Yeah, I was surprised how much I like Ghost World, and I watched it for the first time today. So Ghost World.
All right, hey Carol, go watch Joe Dirt if you dare.
If you dare, yeah. Good luck.
Do it. I want to know your review.
Ready
And
for
when
the
you
down
review it,
home
Red
redneck?
Letterboxd. We know what the plot is.
That's right. Would you vote for Jordan? I'm sorry, I got lost in that.
Ghost
For
World.
Ghost World.
Ghost World. Okay, JPO.
You think I would vote for the David Arquette one where he won the world title, but I gotta go Ghost World. It's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob.
Jacob.
I echo Jordan's or JPO's sentiment. I'm going Ghost World.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Tim.
All right. That's all good.
I mean, I would have gone with 3,000 Miles to Graceland. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
I'm going to vote for the one I'm more intrigued to watch for the championship, Ghost World.
All right. So Ghost World moves on into the Sweet 16. All right. We'll go Fellowship of the Ring and Joyride, which could have been Freddy Got Fingered versus Joyride. Y'all made a mistake.
We'll never hear the end of this, will we?
He's very adamant against those Middle Earth movies.
You sit me down right now, I'd rather watch Freddy Got Fingered, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
Get out of here.
and it's like a third of the length, so I'd rather watch that.
It's not emotionally though.
For me, it is. I cry every time. Every time she says, Freddie, I just want to suck your cock," or whatever his name is.
I cry for a different reason.
It's really funny. Jordan.
Oh yeah. It's got to be Fellowship. Yeah. GPU.
I mean, if you want to call chaos, we could vote Joyride over it. I'd go with that, but I'll go Fellowship.
Yeah. It was like a mystery tournament or something. I'd go Chaos, but Jacob.
Fellowship has my sword.
Yep. And my axe. Zach.
Fellowship.
Yep. Malcolm.
Yeah, Fellowship.
And Austin.
Joyride, roadkill. I want chaos, damn it. All right. Anchorman still hanging on, and the others. JPO.
You know what? Again, just kind of championing the year of the film. I think it's kind of creepy and good, and a good build. The others.
The others.
Yep.
Jacob.
The others.
Zach.
The others.
Wow. Malcolm.
I'm not a big fan of the others personally. I'm going to go Anchorman.
Yeah. Austin.
Again, I want to kind of champion those few really good 2001 movies, and I think the others is one of them. So I'll go the others.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't really like the others that much. I think it's kind of cheesy. I don't know. So I'll go Anchorman.
It'll be the others. Well, hang on. So Anchorman, or you did well, but you're gone. So all right, there we go. Mummy Returns and Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Jacob.
Sounds bold, but Atlantis.
All right. Zach.
Zach.
Atlantis.
No.
The Mummy Returns.
Yeah, I'll go Mummy Returns. This is a step down, but I'll go for it.
For me, this is my hot take. I think it's a step up for me. I don't care about the Scorpion King that's weirdly in it, but
You called it earlier, Austin.
yeah. So I'll vote for
I told him.
the Mummy Returns. Yep, I like it better.
The original Mummy doesn't have an annoying kid in it. That's why it's automatically better.
Yeah.
But JPO?
Don't besmirch the Scorpion King, baby. It's how we got The Rock in the cinema. So how
Yeah.
dare you? Even though that CGI final boss is not so good, I'll go Mummy Returns. It's the one I'd go back to. I enjoy that trilogy in the first two a lot.
All right. Returns.
But yeah, I was just looking it up. I wasn't sure if the others had that one of the cheesiest horror scenes where she's like looking at the little girl like in the sheet, and she's like, "Where's my daughter?" And he's like, "Are you mad? I am your daughter." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like that's the biggest eye roll of a scene I've ever seen in a horror movie.
Jordan, is that what they do in the movie? Like,
yeah, they go like this. Yeah.
I got Ghost of Mars and Saving Silverman or Evil Woman, whatever you want to call it. Zach.
Ghost of Mars.
Malcolm.
Saving Silverman.
I'll go with the one I've oddly seen way more. Ghost of Mars.
I'm gonna go with Evil Woman because I always went to that ELO song. But JPO.
I'll go Saving Silverman.
All right, and Jacob.
I'll go Saving Silverman.
Okay, all right, Saving Silverman
Save him.
into Sweet 16 or Evil Woman, Malcolm, whatever you want to write down. You got the idea. All right, moving down to On the Line versus Bandits.
Wow.
Malcolm.
Bandits.
Yeah, Bandits is not amazing, but it's way above On the Line. Bandits.
Yeah, I might have a stroke if On the Line makes it to the championship. So Bandits. JPO.
Weavers and Ducks, Bandits.
Yep. Jacob.
Bandits.
Yeah, and Zach.
And I'll make it a clean sweep.
All right,
Bandits.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump to the other side, see what else makes the Sweet 16 and hangs on to Tuesday, and then we'll speed through and see what wins this bracket. So it'll be the Last Castle versus the Fast and the Furious. I'll go the Fast and the Furious. Jordan?
Yep, I'll go the Fast and the Furious. JPO.
TFAF, Fast Furious.
Yeah.
All right. Jake?
The Fast and the Furious.
All right. Zach?
The Fast and the Furious.
All right. And Malcolm?
The Fast and the Furious.
All right, well, Malcolm, you can pull the correct poster for the final championship bracket. There you go. Although the posters are all the same, it's usually just a car and then a bunch of floating heads. They're very similar. Yeah, I think the original poster is very, very similar. All right, we'll go down to Max Keeble's Big Move and the Animal. One of these
round two.
He's going to make Tuesday. I can't wait. Jordan.
I think it's got to be the Animal. Yeah.
JPO.
Dude, 11-year-old me is like mad between this and the Saving Silverman one that we had to choose over.
Yeah.
Boy, just because I don't think anyone's gonna follow me on this, I'll say Max Cable. I'll even it out.
All right.
Jacob.
I've seen Max Keeble way more, so I'm gonna go Max Keeble.
Yep. Zach.
Because I actually do remember seeing it more. Max Keeble.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's it.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I remember Jonathan Caro's face when the hot chick made it the championship. So the Animal.
Yeah, I kind of want to say that as well, but I also genuinely like the Animal. But it's a tie down to, and we're back down at the bottom with the JPO. So you got the tiebreaker on this one, buddy.
Oh no! Fuck! I was the one trying to even it out because I'm even.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm gonna say Max Keeble.
Ooh.
Second with it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the one I went back to more as a kid.
All right. Okay. Going down to Hannibal and Spy Kids. So JPO, up to you.
Spy, yes, yeah, Spy Kids. I'm so sure.
I'm Ron Burgundy. All right.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Spy Kids.
Okay, Zach
Spy Kids.
and Malcolm.
What are we doing?
I'm thinking of doing this better. 2001 was like, what was a bad year? It was a somewhat good year for kids movies. Spy Kids.
God, what is happening?
Yeah,
Hannibal, all
what
the
is
way.
happening?
Yeah.
Y'all
have to
got
break
Spy
it.
Kid out, bitches.
I maybe I'm just too old. Like
Yeah,
me
same
and Jordan
here.
are just way older than all.
Yeah,
I'm just
way
like,
older, yeah.
I didn't grow up
Oh,
with
and-
these silly movies.
I was 11.
Yeah.
I fucking.
I have zero nostalgia for these
I want
movies
to be
on
a
this
spy.
bracket. Yeah,
I
We'll
want
have to
to
pull it.
yeah.
We'll have to pull out a Chris Scott quote. If you vote for Spy Kids, you can run out in the middle of the street and smoke crack. Let's go
Yeah.
with Hannibal.
All right.
Or you can beat your wife or whatever. He says.
Yeah, that was a funny. Yeah, no, I was making memes on the fly that night.
Yeah.
All right, going down to Eternal Sunshine and Monsters Inc.
Oh shit!
Jacob, might be in trouble. JPO, we'll see. Jacob.
I'm sorry, JPO. Monsters Inc.
At least it's a really good movie. I'm not gonna fight anybody.
Yeah. Zach.
Monsters Inc.
I hate you, Zach. Just joking.
Look, I like both of these movies, but I'm sorry, JP. I'm going to vote for the 2001 movie Monsters.
Yep.
Yeah, again, my logic that I've been going with the legitimately good 2001 movies. We need to get behind them. So I'm going Monsters Inc. Sorry, JPO.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for the kitty. Let's vote for Monsters Inc.
All right.
Yeah, no, I won't vote against this because it's my boy. But it's fine that it lost. But Eternal Sunshine, but it lost to a great movie.
Hey, but Eternal Sunshine did win a tournament in the middle of all that and had a good run. So
Yeah.
they had a good run, JPO. It lasted several years.
I'm even more
It's
upset. I
gone.
forgot about that. I thought it was
It's
going on.
gone. It's gone. Yeah, no Sweet 16,
I
no
had a good run.
Tuesday, not hanging on. It is eliminated.
Yeah,
So
I
it is
forgot.
gone. So the only time we'll see it in the future is if it matches a theme we're doing or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
or somebody's 64 or whatnot.
Have you done Jane Addams movies yet?
Well, I was about to say, have you done Kate Winslet in the Versus thing? But yeah.
No, that could be one.
Yeah, we could do something like that. I got Mulholland Drive and Ali. Zach.
Very easily, Ali.
Yep. Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ali as well.
Yep. Austin.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like Mulholland Drive my rewatch because of David Lynch, so I'll go Ali. I do like it.
Yeah, the synopsis of Mulholland Drive sounds good. Like the girl gets in a car wreck and gets amnesia, and then Naomi Watts discovers her in an apartment or something. So that's kind of interesting. But I'll go Ali.
JPO.
Ali, yeah, as well. Today, my fault.
All right, and Jacob.
Ali Bomaye.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carol. It's not happening. Clean sweep for Ali. Yeah, we're not as high.
Is that where Blue Bomaye comes from?
Yeah, it's
the champ is here chant comes.
And that champ is here chant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bomaye is
Sorry.
From
Sorry, Carol.
Bomaye is actually African for kill him.
So you got to play that
Watch the
Darth Vader thing.
documentary.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's for you, Kara, if I can find it real quick. This is what Jonathan Kara was saying in the
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Got Harry Potter versus Jimmy Neutron. So yeah, the family match.
Ooh.
How come? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to go Harry Potter on this.
Yeah.
Rob Paulson is a voice of Jimmy Neutron, so Jimmy Neutron. I like Rob Paulson.
Yeah. I have met Rob Paulson and he's cool, but I got to go for the however you say it, the Philosopher's Stone, however they say it in like other countries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but JPO.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
All right.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Harry Potter.
Okay. And Zach.
I would have gone with Jimmy Neutron.
Okay, close one. But Malcolm, Harry Potter moves on to the 16. All right, and we're going to Memento and Training Day. Oh, I guess a pretty tough match over here. Not tough for me personally, but maybe tough for y'all. Training Day by a mile for me. Jordan?
Well, I'm tempted to go Justice for Two Towers, but I can't because Training Day is awesome. So Training Day. But JPO?
Training Day, but not by a mile, by like maybe a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, like I said, just
Yeah.
for me. I know I'm in the minority on Memento. I know, but it's just for me. But yeah, Jacob,
Memento.
Zach,
Because I've seen it. Training Day.
all right, and Malcolm.
Training Day.
Training Day moves on and hangs on to.
Training Day by a Dom Toretto quarter mile.
All right, Training Day into the Sweet 16. Jane Bob Strike Back and Ocean's 11. So we'll see what we have here. Yes, the stacked ensembles in both. I don't know where this is going to go. We'll see. Jordan.
Yeah, I feel like oddly we don't see Ocean's 11 all that much. So for that reason, I'm going to vote Ocean's 11.
JPO.
JPO.
Yeah, Ocean's 11 is a fun camper, but I go back to J Bob so much. J Bob.
Yeah, and Matt Damon's in both. Yeah, because Damon's in Jane Bob as himself. Yeah, so there you go. All right, you vote for Jay and Bob, right? JPO, just double checking.
Yeah, Jay and Bob will get my vote.
Gotcha. Jacob.
Ocean's 11.
Okay. Zach.
Ocean's 11.
Malcolm.
Ocean's 11.
I might have slightly gone Jay and Bob, but it was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Oh man, Ocean's 11 goes through. All right.
11. Yeah.
Jay and Bob Strike Back can't catch a break in these tournaments. I keep trying to get it going and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
All right. Malcolm, you got everything you need, or did you get everything? Malcolm?
Yeah. I was counting.
Okay, yeah, no. I just want to make sure you got everything. If I need to scroll back, let me know. If you make sure you wrote down the 16, just make sure you got the 16 for Tuesday's bracket. And then we'll move on. All right, so we're just gonna see what makes the no polls because it's just we're just going to the finish here and see what wins.
See what some of the favorites are. Yeah.
All right, so JPO, you're up first for the pledge, and Joe Dirt.
We're still getting goofy matches.
Yeah, still getting it. Yep.
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. Okay, Jacob.
Joe Dirt.
All right. Zach.
Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Malcolm.
I'm first of all, I'm pledging this is my last matchup.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm also going to vote for pledge. Ironically enough.
Gotcha. Huh? I'm also going to vote for the pledge, Jordan.
Yeah. I'll vote Joe Dirt.
Wow, Joe Dirt into the Elite Eight. My goodness gracious. All right,
Never
well,
seen
Malcolm's got his 16. He's ready for the bracket, and he's got to go, man. But yeah, we'll get your plugs out here, man. I know you got to get off to work and whatnot.
You can find me on Tape Productions, the host, Bandcamp every Sunday night. Next week we're doing top 12 Tim Burton movies. I'll probably have the poll up for the following episode after that, up later on. And you can also find me next week on Spare from the Past talking about WrestleMania 31. Eric Bowen Moreno is going to be my guest on that one. And yeah, I'll pop up here and there on other places too. So
yeah, right, sounds good. Carol said he's
awesome.
got homework to do because he hasn't seen Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
So a couple of these movies. All right.
Good luck with that one.
Okay, we're moving down. Jacob, you'll be up first for Ghost World and Fellowship Clearing.
Fellowship.
All right. Zach?
Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Malcolm?
Oh, he's gone.
He just left.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I was looking at the other thing. I'm sorry. I forgot. He just left. My bad. I got to get used to him not being here and changing the order now. So sorry about that. Ghost World.
Yeah. Yeah. Ghost World was good for the first time watch, but it's got to be Fellowship.
Jordan, JPO?
Ghost World.
Okay, close one, but Fellowship moves on. Going down to The Others and The Mummy Returns. Zach?
The Mummy Returns.
This is close, but we'll see The Others again. I'll go Mummy Returns just by a little bit. I still have goodwill from the first one.
Yeah. I'll go The Mummy Returns. Yeah.
Okay. JPO.
Yeah, Mummy Returns.
All right, and Jacob.
The Others.
Okay, it's a close one, but Mummy Returns. Going down to Saving Silverman and Bandits. I'll go to Saving Silverman. Jordan?
Yeah, I'll go for Saving Silverman. But next time you watch it, get a Big Montana from Arby's and watch it. You'll understand the reference when you watch the movie. It's a thing in the movie. Anyways, JPO. GPO?
JPO.
Oh yeah, what are we voting on now?
Saving Silverman and Bandits. Somebody, we're almost at the end.
I was trying to
Let me bust out the air horn again.
That's all good.
the gimmick, baby. Saving Silverman. I'll go back to a little bit more. Saving Silverman.
Got my air horn at the ready in my closet.
No, it's all good. I'm not gonna do him like that. He's wearing headphones. Jacob.
Saving Silverman.
All right, and Zach.
Saving Silverman.
Okay, moving it on. All right, and that's that side. So we're jumping to the other side. We will start with Fast and the Furious versus Max Keeble. Jordan.
Why is Max Keeble here? Why?
Yeah. Because I'm 11-year-old JPO, man. you know.
The Fast and the Furious, pretty easily. Yeah.
JPO.
Shit. I'm trying to cause chaos. Chaos. Max Keeble.
Okay. Jacob.
The Fast and the Furious.
All right, Zach.
The Fast and the Furious.
JP, I'm sorry, I don't have any nostalgia for Max Keeble. I don't care. It's the Fast and the Furious.
It's my I figured, I guess.
Yeah, it's your nostalgia, buddy, not mine. So, all right.
But I mean, don't worry. On Tuesday, it'll be like Max Keeble versus Joe Dirt in the championship. So, in the finals.
Yeah. Well, I think me and Austin are like 5 years too old for a lot of these.
Yeah, for a lot of I was in high school when all these movies came out, so yeah, I was just too old for all these family things. Yeah, speaking of family, Spy Kids and Monsters Inc. JPO.
Monsters Inc.
All right, Jacob.
Monsters Inc.
All right, Zach.
Just slightly Spy Kids.
I'll go Monsters Inc. and Jordan.
Yeah, I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. Monsters Inc.
All right, Monsters Inc. In there, and then we've got Ali and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So we'll go to Jacob.
Harry Potter by a smidge.
Okay, Zach.
Ali.
Yeah, I'll go Ali.
Yeah, I'll go Harry Potter by a little bit. Yeah.
All right, and JPO.
Oh, Potter and Ali.
Yeah, Potter and Ali. Yep.
Potter.
All right, Potter moves on. And then we got Training Day and Ocean's 11. That's a good matchup right there. Yeah, I don't know where this one's going to go. Zach?
Ocean's 11.
Okay. I'll go just by a smidge. I'll go Training Day. Jordan?
What kind of was with Jacob's earlier comment, like, besides Denzel, I don't remember a lot that I love from Training Day. So I'll it's still good though, but I'll go with Ocean's 11. JPO.
I'll go Training Day. The highs are highs.
Yeah. And Jacob, down to you.
Ocean's 11.
Okay, there goes Training Day. We'll see it again on Tuesday. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, getting down to our Elite 8 here, going into the Final 4. We got Joe Dirt hanging on. Fellowship of the Ring. So, you know what? You guys are such big fans. Maybe I'll get on board with it. Joe Dirt. Why not?
Yeah.
Come on, you guys have been voting for it all day. You're going to keep voting for it, right? You vote for it the whole time.
Yeah, this is where it ends. I can't do it. It's going to be Fellowship of the Rings. Movie that's probably ranked number like 9,000 in the movies I've seen versus one in my top 10.
What are you talking about? You guys have been voting for it all night.
Yeah, but JPO.
Joe Dirt.
Jacob.
Fellowship.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do I want to cause chaos or not? Yeah, why not? Because they'll both be there on Tuesday. So Joe Dirt.
Oh, Joe Dirt into the Final Four.
What the? This real life?
Yeah. I need to pull that clip from you too. Is this real life?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, is this real life? Yeah.
I do have stuff like this.
Oh, Jesus. What the hell's going on? I mean, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
No, that works. That works.
That
Yeah.
works too. That works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have goofy stuff like that. All right, Jordan, you're up first for Mummy Returns and Saving Silverman.
This one's actually kind of tough for me. I think I gotta go with The Mummy Returns. It's hard to beat Brendan Fraser. So,
All right.
JPO.
Oh boy. Mummy Returns and what?
Saving Silverman.
Oh, ooh. Mummy Returns.
Yep.
Returns. All right, Jacob.
Mummy Returns.
Okay, Zach.
The Mummy Returns.
Yeah, I've just seen it more times, even though I saw Saving Silverman recently. I'll go Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
All right. Going up to Monsters Inc. and The Fast and the Furious. JPO.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. Jacob.
Monsters Inc.
Zach.
The Fast and the Furious.
I'll go with Monsters Inc.
And I'll go The Fast and the Furious. That's prime high school material right there for me.
All right. But Pixar will take it for this one. Monsters Inc. And then we got Harry Potter and Ocean's 11. Jacob.
Oh, dang. This is tough.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, barely.
All right, Zach.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah, I'll go Ocean's 11. Jordan.
I'll go with The Sorcerer's Stone just to see what happens.
JPO, down to you.
Oh no, why? Oceans.
Oceans
All right.
moves on. All right. So, all right, we got our very wacky final four. So this is interesting.
Wacky.
So we got Joe Dirt and The Mummy Returns on the left side, and Monsters Inc. and Ocean's 11 on the right side. But Zach, Mummy Returns and Joe Dirt is first up on the docket.
Crossover, a bunch of rednecks fighting mummies.
The Mummy Returns.
Yeah, I'll go The Mummy Returns, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go with The Mummy Returns.
Okay.
JPO?
Uh,
For Joe Dirt and Mummy Returns?
yeah, no, we'll go Mummy Returns.
Okay. And Jacob.
The Mummy Returns. Make it so.
I would not have predicted The Mummy Returns in the finals at all. Like, if you give me 10 picks from this bracket to make it to the finals, that I would not have guessed that.
This is kind of a bad bracket, low key. No,
Yeah,
it's
but-
not-
Well, on the left side, I think the right side had good movies. The right side had some good stuff.
You should have
not
seen.
Malcolm's fault by any means. It's just
You should have seen
the movie
Tuesday's
was-
bracket. It was way worse.
Wednesday's bracket was really bad. Yeah, it was very bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's not blame
Uh,
Malcolm. I love Malcolm. Just he didn't
It's-
have much
it's
to
the
work
wheel.
with.
No, it's all random.
Yeah, it's all random. So yeah, all the good ones on this side kind of ended up on the right side.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm up first. I'll take Ocean's 11 just by a hair on this one. Between Monsters Inc. and Ocean's 11, I should say. Jordan.
Yeah, I'll take Ocean's 11 because Vegas has a place in my heart. I got family there. I've been there a lot. JPO.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. Okay. Jacob.
Monsters Inc. all the way.
Monsters Inc. All right, and Zach, down to you.
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11. All right, into the finals, and we've got The Mummy
Dang.
Returns and
Fingers for
Ocean's
me.
11 in the finals here, just to see what takes part two here. So Jordan, you're up first.
Ooh, they're both really good, but I got to go The Mummy Returns. Just more rewatchable for me. JPO.
I like them both. Yeah, again, from just listening to my heart, it's swaying towards the Mummy, baby. So Mummy Returns.
Yeah. Jacob.
Oceans.
So
Zach.
Mummy Returns.
wow, and I would have gone Oceans, but I did not see this coming at all. Out of all these movies, The
Yeah,
Mummy
let's go. Mummy
wins
Returns.
part
Boom.
two. Oh my god! If you had given me again 10 guesses on maybe something that could win this, The Mummy Returns would not be in there. That's
I'm
stunning.
sure this makes your mummy loving heart happy, Austin.
Yeah.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like it. I just think the first one is just immensely better than this one. Like, just in almost every way. Like, it's just kind of to me, it's just kind of a retread. It's still a fun retread, but it's a retread. Like for a lot of it. But
I know that
it's still fun. It's
that
still
I'm
fun.
in the minority, but I do like the one returns more, just because they add a lot of elements that are just kind of they're like adding to it. They take what makes it great and adds to it to me. So that's just what I like. So.
All right, but and just with that, if we get another unique winner on Tuesday, Jordan, the Mummy Returns is unique winner number 191, and if we get to 192, we can do an after the 128. Another 64 winner tournament and take all the winners from 129 to 192.
Yeah,
so
well,
we can do another one of those previous winter tournaments and get them all in there.
we have enough for a 128 though already, right? If we just like do all our 128 straight through though, right? If you want to do that,
We already did that.
oh, we did a 128. I thought we only did a 64, but maybe we did.
No, we did a 3-part 128 previous winter tournament. Absolutely, yes, we did.
Oh, so we're still a few away from, I guess, doing the next one.
I'm saying doing when we get to my bad. When we get to 192, that's another 64 unique winners, and we can do a 64 unique winner tournament of numbers 129 through 192. That's what I mean. So we could take the last 64 unique winners, put them in a bracket. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But that was fun. So we just got to get to our championship on Tuesday, and we'll see what happens. So, because some of these years are just years you got to like grit your teeth and get through them to get to some better years in movies. But there's still some great movies. We were talking before the show. There's like 10 or 15 great movies in 2001, and the rest are just like, whatever.
Hey, 1999 is right around the corner, and that one's going to have a slew of really. It's going to be the opposite of this one, where it's going to be a slew of really good movies.
Yeah.
So just hold on.
I
think we have a waiting list for that episode or those episodes. I think people are like hopping on that one already.
Yeah,
so
that one's like
99.
Yeah, it was like one of our most popular episodes. But I can put you on the waiting list
because even the mid movies are still like entertaining and good. Like that one's just gonna be a slew of good stuff. So should be the
there are duds for sure, but they're few and far between. I can confirm. Like I have a series on my channel reviewing most of them. The highs are very high.
Yeah. And even the other ones are like better than they should be. You know what I mean? So it's a really good year. We still have to get to 2000 though. 2000 is kind of another mixed year, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there are four movies that I like that are in 2000. So
there's always movies that are good. But we'll see if that one pads out. That's the fun part of the ladder series, though. You never know. You could get some wacky matchups, some movies you forgot existed, and everything in between. So. There we go. But yes, 1999 is gonna be a lot of heartbreaks because there's gonna be a lot of great movies that are gonna go down, and not everything's gonna make it, and hang on and whatnot. So, Big Daddy, sorry, does not stand a chance in 1999.
I should have won 1999.
I'm so sorry, but there's a million. There's way better movies than Big Daddy 99. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I can name you like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might make it to round 2, but that's about it.
Yeah, it might make it out of the first round or something, but that's about it. Let's get to the plugs, Jordan, and wrap it up.
Yeah, that was fun. So we'll just do our plugs, and that'll be it. So we'll go to JPO. Thanks for jumping in kind of last minute. And what do you have going on?
Yeah, no, I was down for these year tournaments. I like these yearly ones here. Follow me over at the Pierce Co. We do a lot of shenanigans there. You'll see all these familiar faces popping up on time to time, doing trivia or countdowns or drafts or other shenanigans. Also, the tag team tournaments we continued and started over at Wrestling with Trivia, found on Pierce Wrestling Channel. We just saw who will advance to the next round. The winner of that tournament, by the way, fights Jacob and Eric for your tag titles. So we're setting up your number one contenders, Jacob. Ooh. And me and Pez, we're gonna fight next. No, we're fighting together next week against our boy Richie and Steve. So look forward to that. Tape stuff recently too for Why We Love Horror, Multiplex, Lights Out. Still, I believe is a thing. I think Henry Channels is dead from what I know. So yeah.
I know I haven't talked to him in a while, other than him.
Nobody has
in other tournament or in other trivia leagues, but not his. So yeah. So it's pretty much everything we roasted him for that night. Yeah, exactly. All right, great. Yes.
We'll see what happens. He's supposed to be part of our trivia tournament. We'll see if he's around. But
maybe it's time for me to start a league. I'll fill the void.
Yeah, right. You could do that,
yeah.
but
Whatever you want to do, man. Hey, you know, you got a whole community of people that'll sign up. So
yeah, right.
do your
Chris
thing.
James is messaging right now as we speak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brian
right.
and Chris already signed up, and
Yeah,
we
heard
put out
you,
the
Chris.
so there you go. You got two players already, ready to go.
Yeah. but what do you have going on, Jacob?
So YouTube at RyanCam20. I've got a lot of stuff going on. The 1999 project continues on. Today I just dropped an episode talking about an insane little movie called Chill Factor, starring Skeet Ulrich and Cuba
Yeah,
Gooding Jr.,
yeah.
where they
Got to
have
keep the
to,
thing cold in the refrigerator truck. Oh yeah,
under
gotta keep
50
it warm.
degrees, a chemical weapon that's named Elvis. They have to take it to a military base while chased by an insane army colonel. It's incredible.
It's an amazing Speed knockoff. It's great.
It's fantastic. It's like Speed 3 or Speed 4. But and
that synopsis has me sold. I'll check that out.
And also talked about a weird, boring Fairley Brothers written movie called Outside Providence. It's not great. But that was today. Next week, I'm talking about Love Stinks, which is just an awful romance movie. Stigmata, directed by Rupert Wainwright, and Stir of Echoes. And I'm going to be having someone on to talk with me about that one. So that's coming up next week. And
Cool.
I've still got some heavy hitters coming up for the project, so be on the lookout for that. Smallville podcast is called Small Talk. I got a lot of stuff coming. Scary Mania is coming up in October, where I'm reviewing a bunch of horror movies. So yeah, if you haven't checked me out, please do.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, thanks. Zach, happy birthday again. And what do you have going on?
Not much. YouTube and Letterboxd at MovieFanZ. You can find me on the Pierce Co. at Multiplex, at Lights Out Trivia. A lot of different places.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. And then Austin, what do you have going on?
Yeah, I gotta pull up my calendar here so I know exactly what I got going on. But yeah, so we did some stuff last night. So we have a wheel of movies. Me and Richie talked about Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. So you can check that out. Great movie. If you've never seen it, so you can check that out if you'd like. Yeah, we do Lonely Marks. Me and JPO and Richie and Jacob Barber talking some wrestling every week. So that's over on the Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast channel, which you can find in the Movie Hero Network Facebook group, so you can always check that out. We'll be reviewing AEW's All Out next week and covering the news, so you can see us over there. And I'll be hosting. Jordan wanted to speed it up, so that's what we're doing. Next Monday, I'll be hosting a new episode of Recast for Jurassic Park. And it'll be me and you, Jordan, and Malcolm Way and Soda, Matt Majot. So, it should be a really fun episode. Our Pulp Fiction episode is like blown up, at least by our standards. Again, according, in the greater scheme of YouTube, it's still very, very small. But for us, it's a big deal. It's gotten quite a few views, so we're going to crank out a Jurassic Park episode and keep hitting these big popular movies. So it should be a lot of fun. Check it out.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to plan out a little movie marathon I was going to go do tomorrow, but man, my Regal sucks. They're not showing like very well. They're not showing like very much. That's like holdovers from like stuff that I missed. Seeing it's all like I don't know, just nothing I can do a real movie marathon because I've only haven't seen Beetlejuice. So unless I want to rewatch Alien, I wanted to go see Blink twice. I missed that one for a long story. My date had something come up, and so I didn't want to go without.
That one will be on Amazon in like 2 weeks because it is an Amazon movie, so it'll be on Amazon very shortly.
Good point.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't have Blink twice playing, but they still have it. It ends with us. I mean, come on.
That movie's making money. That movie's made like $200 million. It's insane.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah.
But anyways, you can find us on all the social medias at Movie Hero 2121 and even more so Jordan 83616, and all of that's down in the description for this video. And then you can find us on Facebook in the Movie Hero Network group. And if you have a YouTube channel, if you have any projects you're working on, you're welcome to come in and post your heart's content. We'll share it out. We'll tell people to subscribe. We'll help you get the word out on that. And let's see, like we have some trivia coming up, which we already have our next exhibition trivia match planned. That is going to be just movies where it's hot out, because we want to do that before the summer totally completely ends, and so it'll be just movies that like the summertime movies. It could be movies set in like a jungle or a desert or on the beach or in a swimming pool or any of that stuff. So that'll be a week from this Sunday is when we're doing that. And then we're also doing a special Patreon episode. That's going to be a Tournament Fights Battle. It's going to be our favorite music scores. So we're doing it over on the Patreon because we're going to be actually able to play all the music from these movies, because there's no copyrights over there. So if you're subscribed to the Patreon, you can see it at the $5 tier. And then as far as more trivia, let's see, I wanted to actually bring up, because it's on a different note than the schedule, but who we have coming up for the next Seen in Her trivia match. I know we have Rick Weaver. I know he's the first one, and then we got Maria Hammond, we got James Shima, we got Jeremy Potter. So that'll be the next tournament match we have coming up, a 4-way, and then we'll be getting back to some Seen and Heard music trivia. We also do trivia for music on the Patreon, so we can play music clips from movies. So if you would like to play, it doesn't cost anything to play, but it will be at the $1 tier for a couple of days to watch it, and then after that, I'll go to the $5 tier. So just go to to patreon.com/movie hero. You can find it over there. And then just what we have coming up for Tournament Fights and Tier Ranker. We have that championship coming up Tuesday, which we've already mentioned on here. And then on Friday, we'll be doing Ashton McIntosh's Top 64. She's a friend of the show, a friend of Ross Bristol and Wolfman. So we just need her list. I've been kind of pestering her for her list, and she's been telling me how busy she is. So hopefully we get it soon, because we got to start working on that. And then we have our martial arts match we kind of mentioned. That's going to be Bruce Lee versus Jackie Chan, Donnie Yen, Jet Li, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Steven Seagal. So we have that coming up. And then we'll be getting back in some tier ranker with some best TV shows from 2010 to 2014. So we're still on a quest to determine the best TV shows of all time. So we'll be slowly making our way back. We just had to split it up a little bit because there's so many gosh dang TV shows that are released. And then our next ladder series, of course, will be the best movies of 2000 ladder series. And then coming up for October, we still have a whole bunch of spots left. We're doing 4 mystery horror tournaments. They're just going to be all random horror movies that I have a website where I can take every single horror movie ever made, and I can randomize them. And they're just going into random tournaments. We're going to be doing 4 of those, and then we're going to take the Sweet 16 from each of those. And right around Halloween time, there'll be a grand champion top 64 match. So if anyone's into horror like Jacob, if you want to be on any of those, you can let us know, because we could use some good horror people. Or if you know any horror people from the community that want to jump on, definitely use some people for that. And then I'll just throw you just a couple bonus ones, because right after that, the horror mystery series wraps up. We'll be getting into the best of 1999 ladder series. So we are doing that in October. So that's going to be a big one. And then we will actually have another just a regular movie hero mystery tournament, which we didn't do one in September because our September was just slam packed. And then one other horror episode we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the 100 most recent horror movies. So I'm literally just going to go through the calendar. The 100 most recent horror movies that have been released will be in a big tournament. So we can talk some more like newer releases. So that's kind of what we have coming up for the next little while, the next month or so. So yeah, but thanks again, guys. This has been a fun time. So I appreciate y'all, and we'll call it good there. So we'll say for Malcolm Lay, for JPO, for Jacob Cameron, for Zach Shelton, for Austin Pez Howell, I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we will see you next time.
Fuen Sutatu!